Hello, 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 hello. It's good to have you once again. Listen, you guys are the MVPs of this show, all right? We just come here to serve. It is our call to duty. Ours is a call to serve. And so we come here to serve. But you guys that stay put, that stay with us throughout the entire period from 7 a.m. all the way up to 11. And of course, some of you extended throughout the rest of the day for our subsequent programming. We say thank you to you guys. You guys are absolutely amazing. All right, there's a beautiful day. Today is Tuesday. I was born on a Tuesday. I'm a Tuesday born. And so every Tuesday I have renewed energy, all right? But what I'll tell you is this. You can pick any day of the week. It could be the day on which you were born, to renew your mindset, to reflect on the past, meditate on the present, and of course, prepare for the future. There's something that we call PPE, all right? Not your protective whatever equipment, no. Plan, prepare, execute. Make it a daily habit and see how far you're going to go, all right? My name is Nana Tufo Boateng, and once again, it's an absolute pleasure to be here to serve you the best breakfast in town. Join me as we go through the various issues that have popped up in the news cycle. We get into the conversations, we get into the discussions, and then we'll tell you all about the information that you need to know to help better you as an individual, shape your thinking towards the betterment of Mother Ghana, and together we can grow as a people, as a country. But let me tell you about what's happening in the month of April, all right? From day 1 to the final day, that's April 30, we're praying, and we'd like to indulge you to join us in prayer. What we call the Seasons of Prayer happens on 97.3 City FM. We have 3 sessions, 3 prayer sessions, okay? And so midnight, we have what we call the Midnight Cry. That's from 12 a.m. to 1 a.m. And we'll be grateful if you can join us so together we can pray. We have from 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. what we call This Is Your Day. For the ardent listeners, or for those of you who have been with us over the years, you know that This Is Your Day is your typical morning devotion on 97.3 City FM. And so that's from 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. Then at midday, from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m., we'll have the prayer encounter. It's live on Facebook. It's live on our socials. And so we'd like for you to join us. 97.3 City FM. On Facebook is at City973. On X at City973, Instagram at City973FM, and then you can join us also via the website www.citynewsroom.com. Now all this, okay, these prayers that we're having, this entire month of prayer, what we call the Seasons of Prayer, is to prepare us for the bigger one on May 1st. That's the family consecration service, where families get together. Okay, so another year is here. And your family radio station, City 97.3 FM, as part of the Family Month, invites you to the 2025 edition of the Family Consecration Service. Join us for a sacred moment as we dedicate our families to the love and care of God. This special service invites us to entrust our homes to the protection and guidance of God. Through prayer and commitment, we unite our hearts in faith, seeking peace, unity, and strength for our families. Let us come together, consecrate our families, and deepen our relationship with God, asking for His grace and blessings to fill our homes. When is this happening? Thursday, May 1, 2025, from 6 a.m. to 12 noon, and the venue is the Oil Dome, Royal House Chapel, Accra. Now, married couples will have the opportunity to renew their vows. The 2025 Family Consecration Service obviously is powered by 97.3 FM, City FM, with support from Channel 1 TV. Remember that the family that prays together stays together. All right? Also, we're in April. April is the month of Easter, where we get to celebrate a reason for the season. However, not all of us have smiles on our faces during this period. And so we come to you to help you put smiles on the faces of those who are unfortunately unable to. Okay, so this Easter, we are asking you to be the light in a child's life. As we gather with our families and share meals and beautiful moments, let us not forget about the little ones who have no one. Okay, they are orphaned, they are vulnerable, they are alone. But with your help, we can change that. So support the Easter Orphan Project and give these children some hope to hold on to. Your donation in cash or in kind will help provide warm meals, decent clothes, school supplies, and the care every child needs to grow. So let's show you how you can help. You can send your donations via mobile money. Okay, the number is 0550-900-006, 0550-900-006. Or write a check to the CTFM Foundation. The check is to CTFM Foundation. Okay, or you can bring your donation to CTFM behind the Adabraka Police Station. You can visit www.citynewsroom.com, or you can call 0550-900-006, 0550-900-006, or 0302-226013 for more information. Now you can also give milk, sugar, bags of rice, toys, books, detergents, whatever you think you can share with us. We will be grateful. Get together with your friends. You can involve your church. You can do it as a corporate organization. You can do it as individuals. But please spread the word so that together we can put smiles on the faces of these little ones who have no one. This Easter, we're asking that you let your kindness be the light in the life of a child out there. Thank you so much. We want to say kudos to those who have already sent us their donations. We're grateful to you. Now, in as much as we're putting smiles on the faces of these wonderful kids, we need to give thanks and praises to the Almighty. You know what they say, the honor is the Lord's and the blessings is ours. Okay, so on Good Friday, which happens to be the 18th of April at 4 p.m., we're having the Harvest Praise 2025. That's the Koinonia edition. Okay. This is happening at the First Love Center in East Legon. The ticket prices for single is 100 CDs, double is 180 CDs, VIP is 200 CDs. There's a short code by which you can purchase your tickets. Star 725 star 1155 hash. Star 725 star 1155 hash. All right, let's all gather at the First Love Center in East Legon on Good Friday from 4 p.m. That's the 18th of April. Let's go give thanks to our Maker. It's Harvest Praise 2025, the Koinonia edition, and of course, it's by the Harvest International Ministries. Let's see you there. Let's together give thanks to God, our Maker. All right, okay, let's get to our business and bring you the various headlines that have made it to the front pages of the various dailies. Okay, the daily graphic is here. Front page says scholarship scheme overhauled. New bill to go before Parliament soon. Comes with a picture of the Education Minister, Haruna Idrisu. Chief of Staff leads second Kwawu Business Forum event to boost entrepreneurship. Okay. GWL, Ghana Water Limited, announces Wager Dam spillage to avoid collapse. And so if you're living within the enclave, you should be paying heed to some of these announcements. We've seen over the years that whenever there's a spillage of the dam and its attendant flood, the inconvenience, the damage that it comes along with. And so please take heed to some of these announcements. Get a copy of the Daily Graphic newspaper. You get the details there. We have been following here on the Channel 1 newsroom, and we've been bringing you some details regarding that. So please pay heed to the announcements by the GWL, that's the Ghana Water Limited. All right. Amenfiman Rural Bank votes 35 million Ghana cedis to support Adum fire victims. Wow. Amenfiman Rural Bank votes 35 million Ghana cedis to support Adum fire victims. I want to believe this will not just be handouts, it will be a proper package by which affected fire victims can access these funds by the Amenfiman Rural Bank. But kudos to the bank. Let me take you to the Chronicle newspaper. Police dispatch 4 gun-toting robbers in Ashanti region. Police dispatch 4 gun-toting robbers in Ashanti region. Okay, yesterday we understand that there was a shootout between the police and some 4 armed robbers, and the police managed to gun down these 4 robbers. So you notice that now there's some ease in police communication. In the previous administration, would have had to wait for communication from the national headquarters, but now we're seeing that at the regional level, there's some level of communication. It allows for easy access to information from the police, and we say kudos to the IGP for this initiative. All right, other stories on the front page of the Chronicle. Traditional coup in Kwawu must be quelled. This is attributed to a forum, and you get the paper, you know which forum is making this appeal. All right, Swale's murder suspect refused bail again. Swale's murder suspect refused bail again. And then when you go to the top right-hand corner, it says, stop the excuses and increase producer price of cocoa now. This is attributed to the Minority Caucus. Stop the excuses and increase producer price of cocoa now. Minority Caucus speaking there. Okay. Scripture from that day is taken from the book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 2. If a thief is found breaking in and is struck so that he dies, there shall be no blood guilt for him. If a thief is found breaking in and is struck so that he dies, there shall be no blood guilt for him. Amen and amen. All right, let's get into some other papers, shall we? Okay, I have the Daily Guide. Front page says, Turkish investors' property demolition. Zoom Lion boss snaps police. Victims arrested. Comes with a picture of the destroyed residential buildings. Okay. Gold Board takes full control of gold. Group calls for end to Kwawu chieftaincy dispute. High Court denies Ahmed Swale killer bail. 20 pupils hospitalized after consuming asana. There was a disturbing video on social media yesterday regarding this particular story. We understand somewhere around the Pram area, some pupils complained of stomach ache. Others were throwing up after consuming asana. We'll be following up to get some details regarding this. Hopefully the health authorities are able to tell us exactly what happened and how come these pupils suffered what they suffered after consuming this asana. All right, but let's all be careful, especially with our children. Let's be involved in whatever they ingest or consume so that we can prevent some of these challenges. All right, let's get into the Ghanaian Times, shall we? Close down witch camps. They are symbols of social neglect. Amnesty International speaking here. Close down witch camps. They are symbols of societal neglect. It's attributed to Amnesty International, AI. President Mahama addresses Kwawu Business Forum April 19. President Mahama addresses Kwawu Business Forum April 19. 4 suspected armed robbers killed in gun battle with police. 4 suspected armed robbers killed in gun battle with police. Leveraging AI to protect lives, building resilience for future pandemics. Leveraging AI to protect lives, building resilience for future pandemics. And auditors must exercise high professional standard to protect public purse. That's Professor Abednego Fehi Uko Amate speaking there. Auditors must exercise high professional standard to protect public purse. Okay. You get other stories on the back page of the paper as well. Now, the New Republic is here. Says James Bond walks free. James Bond walks free. Legal battle looms as AG prepares to charge Luton couples. Why planting for food and jobs failed? Eric Opoku torpedoes NPP's propaganda boat. The New Republic. Interesting headlines. Why planting for food and jobs failed? Eric Opoku torpedoes NPP's propaganda boat. Okay. Trouble brews in Bawku as Kusasi community pushes to oust security forces. Insider discloses. All gold dealings now under strict control. This is in reference to the Gold Board issue and the directive for all mining or all trading licenses issued by the PMMC for artisanal and small-scale mining to be revoked. All right. NPP member in 10 million Ghana cedis defamation lawsuit. NPP member in 10 million Ghana cedis defamation suit. Let's go to the Daybreak newspaper. GAF promotions, appointments in a limbo amid Vice President's sick leave. So GAF here is the Ghana Armed Forces. Ghana Armed Forces promotions and appointments in limbo amid Vice President's sick leave. Okay. Government targets 600 new enterprises by 2028. Government targets 600 new enterprises by 2028. This is the Chief of Staff, Julius Deborah, speaking there. CDM rates Mahama 1 out of 4 in his first 100 days in office. And then there's a feature that says the famous in the barracks returns in today's edition. Gold Board takes over ASM gold trade in Ghana. All PMMC licenses to expire by April 30. Okay. Gold Board takes over ASM gold trade in Ghana. ASM, artisanal small scale mining trade in Ghana. All PMMC licenses to expire by 30th April. A final one from the papers this morning. It's the Hawk newspaper that says NPP boys and girls still at post. Mahama loyalists cry foul over stranger rule. There's a disturbing one here that says fertilizer for 7 districts disappears in Yilo Krobo. Oi. Fertilizer for 7 districts disappears in Yilo Krobo. NDC boys accused of robbing over 1,500 farmers. Wow. Osua Safo disrupts U.S. Embassy event over fake chiefs' involvement. Oi. Mahama launches Feed Ghana to kill hunger and joblessness. That's the front page of the Hawk newspaper. All right, let me take you online real quick. Let's see what's happening on the online front. Let's see what stories are being carried by the news portals. I'll start with channel1news.com. They are leading with Otukono dismissing claims of MMDCE imposition, urges calm. Otukono dismisses claims of MMDCE imposition, urges calm. If you go to other stories on the website, and in the Upper East region, says Bawku conflict doesn't warrant a state of emergency. This is attributed to the regional minister. Bawku conflict doesn't warrant a state of emergency. That's the regional minister speaking there. Sam George, he was on the point of view with Bernard Avler last night. You can catch a repeat later today on Channel 1 television. And Sam George says, I'll reduce radio stations to 100 if possible. Fair warning. I'll reduce radio stations to 100 if possible. That's the Minister for Communications, Digital Technology and Innovation, Samuel Nate George. Again, he is speaking, and this time he's dismissing claims of exploiting anti-gay bill. So a number of topics came up during that conversation, and so channel1news.com has serialized it, captured it in different angles. One of them says Sam George dismisses claims of exploiting anti-gay bill. Again, Sam George is saying 1 million coders program will make Ghana Africa's AI hub. 1 million coders program will make Ghana Africa's AI hub. Okay. Freedom of speech doesn't excuse recklessness. Otukono defends arrest of NPP activist. Otukono was on the Channel 1 newsroom, and he sat with Vivian Kai Loco. And channel1news.com is reporting that freedom of speech doesn't excuse recklessness. Otukono defends arrest of NPP activist. We know that an NPP activist was picked up by the National Intelligence Bureau over a social media post. He was yesterday arraigned, and subsequently an Achimota Circuit Court granted him bail. And in reaction, Otukono is saying that freedom of speech does not excuse recklessness. Okay. On the Galamsey front, repeal LI 2462, Sam George demands. Repeal LI 2462, Sam George demands. Now here's an interesting one that is going to generate a lot of conversation as well as controversy. Kumasi Mayor threatens to flog defiant traders. Kumasi Mayor threatens to flog defiant traders. You know, he's issued a directive regarding trading on pavements and alongside roads or on roadsides. And he's supposed to embark on a decongestion exercise, I think from Wednesday, April 16. That's tomorrow. And he has warned that as part of the strict punishments that will be meted out to defiant traders, there's possibly the opportunity or an avenue to lash them. Okay, so if you don't leave the pavement, we'll lash you. That's what the mayor of Kumasi is saying. Let us know what you think about this. You can join us with your thoughts, your comments and contributions via the WhatsApp number or on our socials. Let us know what you think about this particular directive to flog defiant traders who refuse to leave the pavements and the roadsides as part of measures to decongest the Ashanti regional capital, Kumasi. Okay. MMDC protest, it's normal politics. That's Mustafa Gbande speaking there. He's a deputy general secretary of the NDC. And he says that MMDC protest is normal politics. Okay. That's his opinion on the matter. We've heard a political scientist, Dr. Kwame Asante, say that all these protests is as a result of poverty. And so we should deal with the economic woes of the people in order to put a stop to some of these things. He believes, or he's of the opinion, that these protesting party supporters would rather have their preferred nominee who is capable of helping them financially when confirmed. I don't know what you make of this, but you can send us your thoughts regarding this matter as well. All right. Ashanti region, minister condemns tribal comments linked to MMDC appointments. In the Ashanti region, the minister is condemning tribal comments linked to MMDC appointments. We didn't approve killer tariffs. This is the PURC, speaking. We didn't approve killer tariffs. PURC there. Small-scale miners back gold boards mining cleanup. Small-scale miners back gold boards mining cleanup. And now you have gold dealers must relicense or face shutdown. Gold dealers must relicense or face shutdown. That's for channel1news.com. A host of other stories there as well. Let me take you to citynewsroom.com. Citynewsroom.com. Goldfields Damine workers to protest over lease termination. Goldfields Damine workers to protest over lease termination. That's citynewsroom.com. Then you have government optimistic about IMF staff level agreement as fourth review ends. Government optimistic about IMF staff level agreement as fourth review ends. Government to deploy 5,000 agric graduates to support farmers. Government to deploy 5,000 agric graduates to support farmers. I will ensure telcos pay for SIM card registration. That's the Minister for Communications, Digital Technology and Innovation, Sam George speaking. I'll ensure telcos pay for SIM card registration. Again, Sam George says Ghana to secure $1 billion IT investment deal to boost job creation. Ghana to secure $1 billion IT investment deal to boost job creation. Appointments committee lost focus during my vetting. That's Sam George speaking there in reaction to his vetting to become minister. Agitations over MMDCE nominations, nothing new. That's Peter Otokono speaking. Will flog traders who violate pavement trading ban. That's the Kumasi mayor speaking. Like I said, let me know what you think about this, okay? This time around, it's tackle. If we sack you and you won't go, we'll lash you. That's what the Kumasi mayor is saying. Let's see how that goes. I mean, if he's able to carry out this particular threat and whether the people will abide by it or they'll heed to it. Okay. All DC nominees will be confirmed despite dissent. That's Mustafa Gbande again assuring. He has mentioned that the party will continue to engage its support base over the various nominations that the president is making to the various metropolitan, municipal, and district assemblies, persons to serve as either MCE or DCE. Okay. Then you have the PURC here justifying tariff hikes, says measures not against consumer interest. PURC justifies tariff hikes, says measures not against consumer interest. Then you have the Ghana Armed Forces launches anti-Galamsey operations across 3 commands. GAF launches anti-Galamsey operations across 3 commands. Okay, when you log on to citynewsroom.com, you get details of these stories as well as a host of others. Check out channel1news.com as well, and then you can get details on there. Let me remind you that the show is interactive. Send us your thoughts, your comments, and your contributions via our socials, and of course the WhatsApp number that pops up intermittently on your screens. My name is Nanatsufo Boateng. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 Television. Stay with us. When we come back, we get talking.
This year, take the first step towards a deeper connection with God and one another. Join us for the Family Consecration Service, a powerful journey of faith, love, and renewal. In 2025, we are called to consecrate our homes, our hearts, and our lives.
The Lord is protecting you with His favor this morning in the name of Jesus. May the Lord favor your going out. May the Lord favor your coming in.
To dedicate ourselves and our families to the path of faith, grace, and unity. Through prayer and reflection and a shared devotion, the Family Consecration Service 2025 brings families closer together, strengthens bonds, and invites God's presence into every corner of our homes. It's on Thursday, 1st of May 2025 from 6 a.m. to 12 noon. The venue is the Oil Dome, Royal House Chapel International, Accra. There will be renewal of vows for married couples.
On this occasion, I'm asking you to forgive me for all the hits and pain I have caused you.
Join countless families around the world as we come together to consecrate our lives in the spirit of love and faith. A consecration for today and for generations to come. Make this year a new beginning. Family Consecration Service 2025 for the love of God and the love of family. Join us this year. Together, let's consecrate our families and our hearts.
This Easter, be the light in a child's life. As we gather with family and share meals and beautiful moments this Easter, let us not forget the little ones who have no one, no mother's hug, no father's voice, no warm bowl of food to return to, no pencil to write their dreams with, no exercise book to call their own. They are orphaned, vulnerable, alone. But with your help, we can change that. Support the Easter Orphan Project and give these children some hope to hold on to. Your donation in cash or kind will help provide warm meals, decent clothes, school supplies, and the care every child needs to grow. Because even the simplest things, soap, gari, clean bed sheets, a pair of sandals, these things cost more than many orphanages can bear on their own. How can you help? Send money via mobile money to 0550 900 006 or write a check to the City FM Foundation. You could also bring your donation to City FM behind the Adabraka Police Station. Visit www.citynewsroom.com or call 0550 900 006 or 0302 226 013 for more information. You can also give milk, sugar, bags of rice, toys, books, detergent, whatever you can share. Get together with your friends, involve your church, spread the word, because every child deserves more than survival. They deserve love, dignity, and a fighting chance at life. This Easter, let your kindness light up a child's life. Will you be that light? The Easter Orphan Project is powered by 97.3 City FM with support from Channel 1 TV.
Alrighty, welcome back. Thank you so much for staying with us. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 Television. It's time to get into the conversations surrounding some of the topics, okay, that we brought to you during the headlines review earlier. A number of stories this morning making the front pages, but we'll pick a few of them and then we'll get into the discussion surrounding them. Two gentlemen in studio with me now, okay? One a known face, the other a newcomer. Larry Dogbe is the managing editor of the Herald newspaper. He, of course, is the known face. Good morning, Larry.
Good morning. If you're Nipa.
Yeah. And Doc, I don't know if you people were expecting to see him here in the morning. He now wears some hat that makes him a very busy man. But we appreciate his time this morning. Dr. Sofo Tanko Rashid Computer. Good morning, sir.
Great.
Yeah, now CEO of GIFEC. How's it going at GIFEC?
It's fine. It's fine. It's getting on well. I mean, the research is ongoing there. I mean, a lot of interesting stuffs have been put together for the good people of Ghana. I mean, it's exciting to be a Ghanaian and a GIFEC this time round.
Right.
Tomorrow we are launching the 1 million coders program. Tomorrow. Exciting to be a youth of Ghana under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Where are they going to get this?
Do you still get time to do your IT and elections business for the party?
Yes. I'm still the Deputy Director of Elections and IT for the NDC. That's still part of the business. It's part of it. So. Yes.
In the spirit of resetting, the Gold Board has taken.
The computer, is it a nickname or it's?
It's my name. It's actually my name. Actually, a lot of people thought it was a nickname, and I had to show my passport, Ghana card, and all that. They saw that it was really.
Is it a name you have to swear an affidavit to, or?
Well, you see, I had this difficulty of explaining it time and again because others are called love, some comfort, some patience, some bush. They hardly ask them those questions. But now I'm called computer, I have to explain that one. Well, it's just a name. I mean, it started a long time ago and finally I had to take over. And it's just migrated to part of my name as early stages of my life.
Very well.
I think at that time, sir, we didn't even know what computers were. It was just being called computer. I didn't know what it was until my secondary school days that I got to know that there was a machine like that.
And it's interesting that now you're deputy director of IT.
Yeah.
Yes, and the man,
Dr. Computer, who is deputy director of IT.
And the man, when I got to GIFEC with my appointment letter, the chief director, when you look at the name, he said, His Excellency John can be something else. He's bringing a man called computer to take care of computers. That's
an interesting one.
Yes,
that's an interesting one.
Yeah.
All right, so the Ghana Gold Board Act 2025, Act 1140, has taken effect. Subsequently, we've seen some directives from the board, which directive is warning all artisanal and small-scale gold dealers, urging them to renew their licenses under the new regulatory framework or risk being shut down. Okay, I'm reading this paragraph from a story on channel1news.com that says gold dealers must relicense or face shutdown. It's attributed to the Gold Board. Now, a deputy media relations officer for the Gold Board, Zainab Al-Hassan, spoke on City FM's Eyewitness News on Monday, April 14, and she reiterated that from April 22, 2025, all gold traders must begin renewing their licenses with Gold Board. She emphasized that failure to do so would result in the automatic suspension of operations. Now, according to her, any gold dealer operating under a license not issued by Gold Board will face several legal consequences, as no one, regardless of their category, is permitted to operate without a license issued by Gold Board. Let me start with you, Doc. The Gold Board is new to all of us, so we are all trying to weather the storm and get a proper understanding of really the act itself and, of course, the operations of the Gold Board. But with this new directive, maybe you can give us some more perspective to this, and then we can get a better understanding of who is affected, who will be affected, and what will happen if a person does not renew the license or secure a license from the Gold Board.
Very well. Before that, let me say good morning to you and Dogwe. I mean, this is the first time we are appearing together. I mean, the good people of Bimbilla constituency, Northern region. My brother, it's exciting news for Ghanaians. You see, Ghanaians haven't given His Excellency John Dramani Mahama over almost 58% majority of the votes. Tells you that they meant business. Look, gold business under PMMC was so erratic to the extent that, you see this Galamsey business trouble that we are having. It's because of the erratic nature of the trading of gold in Ghana.
Okay.
That's why it's so blossom in that area. Because anybody who gets hold of this, in whether proper concession or no proper concession, get hold of the gold, you can trade the business. Because it was not properly regulated in Ghana. So they could get away with it. So fighting it was like trying to pass a needle through the eye of a camel. That was the difficulty they had. Now, during our campaign, we made it very clear that we are going to regulate the trade, the gold business. So I wasn't surprised that His Excellency, when he appointed Sami Gyamfi, gave him that opportunity and tasked him to make sure that this gold board come to fruition. And they didn't relent. In fact, I have to congratulate Sami Gyamfi and the finance minister. They did your man's job. Now, PMMC is no more existing. It's gone. The gold board has taken over. And it's now
it replaces the PMMC.
Yes, it replaces the PMMC. Now, that is why they say all those who had licenses from PMMC and other things, it's not nullified. It doesn't exist. You have to go.
If the institution doesn't exist, then your license
is off. Go and renew. And that's where you see, it's a path to stop Galamsey. We will get to know those who are into buying Galamsey, their products. Okay, come and register and we'll see. Where are you buying your gold and other things? That's one step. We have also asked that.
So that means the Galamseya, if he has no one to sell to.
Beautiful.
Okay.
You see, it will become difficult for them to continue their trade. That's one path. Another path, you see that the act has outlawed foreigners from doing local trading of gold completely. So we've asked foreigners to move out from the local market of gold business.
By April 30.
Yes, they have been given that kind of order, and we are going to follow through it. Ghanaians must benefit from their labor.
But it also directs foreigners, I mean, gives them an opportunity to apply to offtake gold directly from the gold board.
That is it.
So they've not been removed entirely from the chain.
That is it. That's what I'm saying. The local market.
Yeah.
Okay. They cannot go like what let me describe as a retail market and deal directly with the miners and all that, from the small miners and all those kind of things. They should deal directly with gold board if they want to trade in gold business. Unlike what we have now. That is why it's blooming like that. This gold is blooming in the black market. You saw recently Japan uncovered some plenty gold bars.
We are told they are fake.
They're not fake. A lot of them are not fake. Some are fake, some are not fake. They see they add them together. These crooks, they know how to do this business. When they want to cut them out, they will parcel them. Some of them look fake, but the original ones are there. And that's how they will do it to fool you and get away with this. Thank you very much, Japan and his group. They are doing a fantastic job for Ghana. Now, this thing that we are doing is to regulate the gold business so Ghanaians will enjoy their fruit of labor. The gold is meant for the good people of Ghana. Let's have a regulatory body that can deal with it and make sure that we sanitize the business of gold in Ghana. So that it will not be so erratic, unlike our former administration they were doing. They even regularized this Galamsey thing to the extent that the national chairman, regional chairman, ministers,
they
regularized it. It was all over the place. You know, the president even on record stood and was defending Akunta mine. Was it not on record? Didn't he come on air and was telling people that Akunta mine was not
regularization of
if the president says something is convention, it becomes regularization. He is the head of state of the country. Imagine a president will just come and be defending an illegality and bolding the person. And then the person will come and sit on TV cameras like this and be showing gold, telling Ghanaians, this is pure money. Look at it. What was he telling Ghanaians? These are the kind of people we're talking about. Thank God Sami Gyamfi and his group has managed to package this act together and it's now in force. And we are telling Ghanaians, look, everybody must give them thumbs up and support them. They need our support. Okay, they need our support. That's why I say it's exciting news to have His Excellency John Dramani Mahama back to the Flagstaff House. I was during the campaign, I said the man has a benefit of hindsight. He's been there before. And so when he sat back, look at what was going on, he realized that, look, this is how we're supposed to do these things. And this is how it was going. So you see, less than 120 days, look at what is the benefit Ghanaians are already enjoying under his watch. That's why I'm saying it's exciting. So this gold bolting, thank God it has come into fruition. I remember just about, I think 2 weeks ago, the former majority leader was in Kumasi thanking the government of NDC for bringing this gold bolting. Because they also saw that was their nemesis. It was one of the things that caused them heavy defeat. If you look at all the western regions and western north, they lost heavily over there because they were destroying their forests. The NPP was bent on destroying the forest and destroying the agriculture sector with their Galamsey this thing.
Is it the NPP that was doing the Galamsey?
They were the forerunners of Galamsey. They were in charge of all the Galamsey these things that you are doing. Everything that you are doing, it was at their doorstep. Their ministers, their DCs, excavators were flying left and right. About 500 excavators, you can't even trace them.
You do not have proof to this.
There's a proof. Their former minister said it. He said he wrote a report to them, the president, Professor Frimpong. Didn't he say it? I didn't.
Professor Frimpong,
yes, he said it. There was a report. I'm sure the media man here, they have it. They published some of them. He wrote comprehensive about their behavior. You remember that thing? Where were they going to get the money from? Aban here said allow them to go and do.
It wasn't Aban Yeska, petting Yeska.
I say Aban the party never. Any party never Aban never. And say party Yeska and yes sir. The party which brought the party was it not the party which brought the government. So that's why I'm saying that these people, if we hadn't stopped them last year, this country wouldn't have existed. Our agriculture sector would have destroyed completely. When I went to Western North to do some business during the election time, that was the time we were tracking them down there to stop their rigging machinery. What I saw, they are nearly wet. Roadside, police station, the roadside like this, and there was a Galamsey pit. The people were just, they call that place digging. They call it digging. They are just digging. That is the term they use there. Digging. And the police people were just sitting down. Can't do anything.
Very well.
So that is what I'm saying. So it's exciting news that this gold board has come into fruition and they've given them timelines. Let them comply. We don't want to start implementing this and then they will start holding press conference because this minority, I don't trust them. They now eat press conference, they sleep with press conference, and they're done with press conference.
Very well.
And then they will start talking that we are chasing people around and trying to stop it. We want Ghanaians to enjoy the benefit of their labor.
Very well. Thank you so much, Doc. Let me say good morning to you, Eric Chum. It's been a while.
Good morning. How are you? It's a pleasure to be here.
Very well, thank you.
How you dog meal?
So we'll do later. We'll do later. But thank you so much for joining us. Eric Chum is a member of the NPP's communication team. Larry, let me come to you.
Yeah.
So for now that the act is in place, I mean, the Gold Board now is the sole authority in the issuance of licenses for, or even in the buying, selling, assaying of gold from the artisanal and small-scale mining sector. Too much power for an entity?
No. First of all, good morning to you, and then good morning to our viewers, and then my colleagues here. I don't think so. It looks beautiful on paper, but the value of it is in, in testing it, implementation and all that. What has been the narrative around the PMMC? That even though it existed, Ghana was not deriving any proper benefits from all this. That people could just come in, take gold away at will. And they had all manner of, elements at the airport or most of the ports, and then it goes away. So there were concerns about that. I recall the former senior minister, Osafo Mafu, talking about how much Dubai makes out of our gold, compared to how little, we are making. Yeah. And that something has to be done about it. So there's been so much, conversation around, that area. And people have said that PMMC wasn't living up to expectation. Now, if there's a new government or there's a new party has taken over and feels that, okay, indeed, something has to be done about it. And then the first thing they talked about is to check the smuggling of gold.
Yeah.
And also through that, you can raise revenue to meet your developmental objectives and so on. That is good.
Yeah.
So as I said, it looks beautiful on paper.
On paper.
However, I think that in the spirit of meeting the, let's say, 120, so is it 120 days or 100 days of...
Oh, the social contract.
Yeah, I think
that's
so.
120.
120
days.
Yeah, I think that a lot of things are being rushed. And gold board is one of them. I don't think the engagement process has been that...
the Small Scale Miners Association says they were engaged. They spoke on Eyewitness.
Yeah, but they are not the only ones. They are, let's say, one of the many stakeholders in the space. Do you get it?
But an act has been passed and same assented to.
Please listen to me. So, again, well, let me go with you. An act has been passed, but before the passage of the act, you know, what was the nature of the engagement process? I've seen a couple of things that Sami Jemfi has written, talking about disputing one particular rumor or one particular claim or the other.
Yeah.
I think that it would have been good for him to, let's say, engage more stakeholders, or the government should have engaged more stakeholders in this whole thing, the passage.
Yeah.
Guys, this is what's at
Even
stake.
the formulation of the act
Thank
itself.
you. This is what's at stake, and this is what we are trying to, correct. And that from here on, you are going to see A, B, C, D. Okay. So there is the policy. Let's say the thought of it. There's a word for that. Then there's the debate of it. Then there's the implementation, and after that there's monitoring. And then finally, there's an evaluation of all that.
Yeah.
Now, all that has to be gone through. But if, that is not coming, then you have all manner of rumors being, and people are not too clear as to what it is. You get it? So that is one. Again, I've heard this bit about you have, by the 30th of April, all the licenses that were given out. I thought that is too short a time for any meaningful engagement process to happen. You get it? Imagine, unless of course the number of people who have been licensed by the previous PMMC are not much, such that you can pick a phone and call them and say that, oh, Asimesi or Benting, and then Obintin Denuya, you guys come and then let's do this. Okay? But if you don't know how many there are, I think that maybe a 3-month process could just be enough for people to now meet your, but when you cut it short like that, the mad rush, okay, could, so you meant well. However, people don't see, they don't get a clarity as far as this whole thing is concerned. So I think that the engagement process, must be broadened.
Yeah.
Okay? And then also so that people can better better monitor this thing. What computer mentioned that this is supposed to address Galamsey. Good. We all want solutions to Galamsey. You get it. The pollution of the water bodies, the destruction of farms, of the forest farms, and so on.
Even the cocoa.
The cocoa, exactly. Yeah, and and our fruits and other things, the medicines that are being destroyed, and
the health implications.
The health implications, the food that we are eating, okay, fish and all that.
Yeah.
It's something that we need to find solutions, for. Now, if Gold Board is going to address that, I'm happy about it. But if Gold Board is addressing that, what happens to Minerals Commission? Because they also give a certain license.
Yeah.
Okay, the other day we saw licenses being terminated because the claim was that they were giving at the dying, minutes of the previous government. But the people who issued the licenses, they are still at post.
But what license that the commission give? Is it license to mine or to trade?
Okay.
Because it looks like the gold board is dealing with trading.
Trading, sure.
Yeah.
Exactly. But I'm saying that if they are just the traders, how does their work,
Exactly. Yeah.
stop Galamsey? Okay. And my point is this, that I think that the stoppage of Galamsey has more to do with Minerals Commission. Because they license the people to go into the pit.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if gold board is supposed to be taking the thing outside for trading, then the two of them might just be working together. Or one's work, it's more than the other. You got what I'm saying? And I mentioned that food price or food inflation is something that we are talking about.
Yeah.
The list of orange you buy these days is, I mean, out of the ordinary. Pineapple, pawpaw, and all that. I mean, they are getting out of hand, and so something drastic must be done. Jakpa's role. Now, computer, Jakpa took reporters to where the
Sapema.
to Sapema, and I think your media house as well. And what came out was that those the bars that were discovered were actually fake. That is what he said. Now, if you are saying that it is a mixture of fake
and natural gold,
natural gold, that is strange. Does it mean that the dollars that were also seen there were also fake
and
legitimate currencies and so on? The communication is not,
because that's we do not even know what testing they were subjected to determine whether they were fake or not.
And I'm saying this because, the same Jakpa discovered that boxes belonging to
the Bank of Ghana.
The Bank of Ghana, which they used to transport currencies, were found there. And Bank of Ghana comes out to say that, hey, indeed those boxes belong to us. However, we don't know how they got to that site. And they were in containers. How many containers? A lot of containers were discovered there. I am shocked this morning, and I'm confused as well. That this is coming out. That one, it's actual gold. One, it's fake gold and currency found in boxes belonging to Bank of Ghana, and so on. The communication. It's not tidy. It's not tidy enough. I think government is having that issue, that the communication is a bit, it's getting wobbly. Something has to be done
about the communication. Very well. Eric, let me come to you. Gold board has taken effect. So now we've even directed that gold trading is now done in cedis. One of the reasons they ascribe to it is to save the cedi. Okay, so withstand the shocks of forex and all that. What do you make of this gold board, the authority the Act gives to the institution, and of course the reasons they've given to us for the establishment of this gold board?
Well, thank you very much. It's good to be back here again. Good morning, Larry, Doc, good morning. And then of course to all the viewers this morning. I think I'll go with Larry's inclination that it's early days yet. And for me, honestly, my orientation is always be to give the benefit of the doubt. In that, because the public policy position has been taken by the new administration, when it comes to actually assessing the effectiveness of the policy, you would have to wait for a bit to see if whatever the evaluation was or the targets has been met. As we speak, I haven't seen any clear targets in terms of exactly what it is that they are seeking to achieve in terms of numbers and in terms of how it's going to even sanitize the whole sector. I also feel that it's a bit rushed. And now I saw the communication yesterday in terms of basically revoking all licenses that have been given to buyers. Some of these entities probably have investment from various sources. They have their own plans. And if you put that into disarray at this point, I mean, I'm sure that there are consequences that would come. And then, again, having seen what they would do in terms of even when it comes to issues to smuggling and people actually now going more underground. Because even that the trade itself is a black market environment. And we have seen this thing before, where in certain instances, in certain sectors of our economy, we have tried to over-centralize these things. And we've come to the conclusion that deregulation is the way to go. Now we are actually over-regulating a space like that. My personal orientation would have been to have had a two-pronged strategy where you have a goal board which would set clear parameters in terms of how it wants to operate. And then you also have guidelines for private sector operators so that it works on, like in what the economy actually is in terms of operates organically, right? So that you have players in the sector who are private sector people who are properly regulated. And then there's also the goal board who's doing that. So that it becomes a bit competitive. Because in the events that there's some challenge or there's an economic challenge or there's an issue or there's a crisis, what happens is that the entire system actually would crumble. You understand? So for me, again, like I said initially, let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's see how it pans out. But if we want to do that, then you have to also put certain measures in place. For example, in terms of transparency, is it a case that over a period, every quarter, we would have an overview of how much sales have been done, vis-a-vis what would have happened within like an organic framework where the middlemen and the small-scale buyers and traders were working in that environment. And what revenues, for example, are we expecting in terms of taxes and how it pans out compared to what was done previously. So that there's a certain sense of transparency. And then how do you deal with the issues of bureaucracy? So if you wake up in the morning and you have 400 or 500 traders trying to do business with the gold board, is there a system in place to be able to deal with that as we speak? I mean, because if you have hundreds of artisanal miners or traders and all that who want to essentially walk to the offices or wherever or however they want to operate, do you have the systems in place to be able to deal with that? And then
that's
how
what
do you,
I asked Larry, that the authority vested in the institution, does it give it too much power?
Yes, exactly, because I mean, that's what I'm saying, that it's a very strange, if you like, architecture right now, because we are moving away from over-regulation. Now, you understand, now we're actually regulating these things. I mean, there might be some benefits in there trying to do that, especially when you want to create a system where you're pegging the gold with the CD to ensure that issues to do with the exchange rate discrepancies that we have and inflation and all of that are dealt with. I have no qualms with that. But the reality is that if you're not careful, you will have a system where it becomes overly bureaucratic. And then we'll go back to the challenges that we've had with a lot of these public sector institutions and all these public policy positions. So I feel that I'm a bit indifferent as to the way forward. But like I said, transparency is important, making sure that the bureaucracy is, is minimized. Then again, there has to be that inclusivity when it comes to the various stakeholders. So how are the artisanal miners themselves taking it? How are the communities themselves taking it? There are certain even developments on the ground that are not necessarily formalized. So for example, people have royalties, and how do you deal with the issues to do with royalties and stuff? And then if the royalties are not being paid in cash and are being paid in gold, for example, which are arrangements that I'm sure pertains at the local level. How are you going to deal with?
How does a person trade an inheritance?
Exactly. So you have to be very, maybe because it's a moving concern, we can't be too, binary in our thinking. Let's let's be flexible and look at all of these things. Then after maybe a few months, we can come back and now do the post-evaluation and see if it's working or not. One of the things that I detest is this whole overly
political this thing. And I don't like to mention people's names, even when I do my analysis. So this thing about Galamsey and everything, the MPP, as we speak, is not in power.
Yeah, true.
Is the MPP in power?
No.
What has the NDC done with the issues to do with Galamsey? There are issues, there are incidents, there are reports. I mean, and I know your City FM and Channel 1 TV, you have become one of the main proponents when it comes to this whole conversation on Galamsey. Is it the case that since the NDC came into office, we have not had issues of Galamsey, and even if you want to be a bit cynical, that people have become even more emboldened, and the impunity is such that people are actually be trying to enter premises of mining companies and entities and claim these things. So sometimes you see the politics. I don't do perpetual politics every single day. You know what I'm saying? Because when you do that, people sitting at home and even the Ghanaian electorate, like we've been, the political elites are losing a certain credibility. You understand? So you can sit here, let's elevate the discourse. What is it that you're doing? What are you putting in place to forestall these challenges? So if you have a gold board, for example, then even the conversation around diversification in areas where there's a lot of mining, because it is not an infinite resource, right? So we can be having conversations around, okay, what do you put in place in terms of agriculture, in terms of sustainable jobs and all of those in those communities that we are taking this gold from. But if you're still talking about, former President Akufo-Addo said this and that, when in effect you've been in power, you claim that you were going to deal with the issues to do with Galamsey, you have even retrogressed. I mean, what kind of policy is that if somebody is caught engaged in Galamsey, and it's a foreign national, they are deported. But if you're a Ghanaian, you're taken through the court processes to be prosecuted and put in jail if you're found guilty. Does it make any sense to you? How is it that in our own jurisdiction, a foreigner has more rights than a Ghanaian? Does it make any sense to you? But let's move away from, from those conversations and focus. I mean, for the politics, it will be there every day, right? And even issues to do with national security and all of those things. I mean, I have a lot to say on these things. Let's focus our energies on what will benefit the ordinary Ghanaian. That's my 2 pence on this matter.
Doc, there are those to raise an argument with the authority given to the gold board and the fact that it's asking for people to renew their licenses with them, but does not put out the criteria for that renewal.
You see, before I get into that, we must call a spade, not a long spoon.
Which spade is this one?
You see, Ghanaians, that's why we are not going anywhere. We are just like a circle, 360 degrees. You go and come back to the same point. That's why we say we are going to reset this country. We must face it. You are in this country when the whole, how did they call they call senior minister said they won't prosecute Ashawan. They are going to deport him. That's what my friend is talking about. He said it doesn't make sense to anybody.
But I mean,
Was it a sense to anybody?
I still maintain
I'm
it
saying
makes
that.
sense to me.
You see,
Why?
I'm saying that we've seen a lot of things in this country. This is not the first time. And we are not going to sing from that hymn book from MPP. We've departed from it completely.
What does your own hymn book say?
Yes, that's why we are resetting. We have started our hymn book. And we are saying that what we intend doing, you have destroyed the country with this, your Galamsey, 3 months down the lane, you are telling we shouldn't talk about it. We are in power. How can we use 3 months to offset what you have destroyed? You've used 8 years to destroy the whole country. Allow us for now. Let's see how we are going. After that one day, we'll sing it to your ears. You want to run away from it, you will run away from it. That's their problem. They won't give you the breathing space to run away. No, but we will make sure that we let Ghanaians know that it will take us time. That's why they are saying, yesterday, I listened to Joe Jackson, he was saying it, that the destruction you have caused in this country, even the first term of your mama cannot resolve that destruction. And that is what we are trying to do. We are saying this thing, this Galamsey thing you have bequeathed on us. This gold board, we are not saying that is the one coming to solve Galamsey.
No, that's what you said.
No, then you didn't understand what we are talking about. We are saying that those involved in Galamsey, if you don't have ready market, will you continue your business? If you are doing something illegally,
gold is very, very predominant on the black market. So
that is what, and that is why
market, they'll still find a way
that
to
is
sell.
why we have brought the gold board to structure it. Having to say that, look at the act, the way the act is carved. we are saying that you cannot do any business in the local market without recourse to the gold board. And that's why we're asking them, come and renew your license. All licenses are revoked, stand revoked. They are worried. I know these my people, they'll come for press conference very soon. I know them. Because they know they have given a lot of illegal licenses behind the scene for them to do all manner of trading and this kind of thing. When Japan went, this Japan thing we were talking about, I'm saying that those doing money laundering, if I tell you their modus operandi, you'll be shocked. They will camouflage with that fake things. You think that is fake things. They have the other one. They use the fake one to bamboozle Ghanaians. And then they get away with what they are doing. And they destroyed our economy. Now, when he caught them with the first one, the second one, yes, that's why I say not all of them were fake. We have the other one, they set up. These people that said the thing they did for 8 years, only God knows. And we are now taking time to clean up the system and make sure that we reset the country on the right path. Look, deporting these people is one of the surest way. Look, we just bust them and send them out of the country. Of our brethren in this country, we're just trying to reform them. Because we are not sending you, we are all Ghanaians. We just want you to understand that what you are doing is your own future you are destroying, your family, your sisters and all that. These people, they have nothing to lose. They are coming from somewhere. The country doesn't belong to them. Why should we use our hard-earned money to start keeping them in ourselves and feed them again?
But if others in those countries hear that this is the punishment we've given out to them, won't it deter them from even coming here?
Yes, that is how they want to progress. Ours, we want to deter them. Don't come in. By sending them back. As we are sending them, that will prevent anybody from coming in from doing this kind of thing. They had a porous border. They will just open up the thing and all manner of persons could come in and do whatever they want to do. That's what we are trying to prevent. And we are saying that our brethren in this country, we will make sure that we will let them understand the future of this country belongs to all of us. And so let's not go that path. It's not that a punitive action that we want to just go and punish them. And send them to a court system to punish. No, that is not the case. The issue is to reform them. As you reform them, let them understand what the dangers they are posing to their own families, the good people of Ghana. But the Chinese people who are there, they have nothing to lose. They are destroying our forests. They are destroying our agriculture sector. And that is what we are going to do. Yes, we are aware of a mineral commission. And you are right. We are doing some work over there as a government, and we will make sure that we sanitize that place. And His Excellency is on course to make sure that he sanitizes. And I believe if you look at Amabua, Honorable Amabua, currently it appears he's getting to where we want him to. The path of which he's cruising, I am very sure by the third quarter, a lot of things would have happened in that aspect.
Is one of the moves you are doing in the sector the reason why you rejected the extension lease for Damai gold mines?
No, I mean, that I'm saying that we'd have to do a lot of reset. This country, look, first by resetting our minds. There are certain things, when you talk, they say you are doing politics, but we must face it. That's why I say, let's call a spade a spade. If we don't face it and take the bull by the horn, and we continue to be burying our this thing and telling all manner of stories and say let's not do politics. That is where we are. We don't call people by their names. We tell them as it is. What you are doing is not good. You are destroying the country. The young people who are coming out, what future are you going to hold for them? And say we don't call them and say we are doing politics. If we don't do proper politicking and bring people to their right senses and sanitize their minds, do you think the country will go anywhere?
But you don't think the over-politicization is also the bane of our development?
It's not over-politicization. That's why I'm saying that. Why can't we call out people and tell them?
Because we are here looking for solutions to Galamsey, but we are turning the conversation into who did worse than who.
I am saying that those who did that and destroyed the country, we must call them out.
And so that calling them out,
successive people are not coming. I'm in office with my party. If we don't call them out and let them know that what you did, you use state power to destroy the economy, destroy the environment and other things. Others who are sitting there should be careful. Because what you are doing, others are going to watch you. That is why His Excellency John Drama, any appointee who is found in this kind of Galamsey thing, he won't allow you. You won't get away. He said it publicly. But compare that one to the former administration. They were the forerunner. They were the people doing it. They excavated, they shared it among themselves. And their chairman, regional chairman, and the president was defending them. And they were destroying the environment. That is what we are saying. Let's call them by their names. Let's say it. When you say this thing, they say you are doing politics. His Excellency said it, point blank, try it. You are my appointee. When I see your traces in all of these things, you won't get away with it. He is holding the bull by the horn. He's talking tough about that thing. Because he says that the dangers posed to our agriculture sector. Look, the food we are eating in Accra here, most of them come from the forest area. Do you know the lead and everything that is
the
in
level
it?
of contamination?
The contamination. That is what we are talking. So if you are sitting in Accra and think that you are covered, Galamsey is not in Accra, so you don't care, you lie bad. That is why we are fighting. And then so, look, my brother, let's face it and accept it. You people should come and apologize to Ghanaians. This is what you did, and you are apologizing to Ghanaians that, look, the destruction you have caused to this country, let's allow this government time, give them time to fix this distraction. And they are doing it. But you don't come back and then pretend that what we are doing, you are in power. You shouldn't be talking about what happened. How can somebody take 3 months to go and fix this mess that you have created in the forest area? And that is what we are just talking about. So we are not doing politics, we are not attacking anybody.
There's a quick one.
Quick one. Then I'll come to Larry on the issue of the politics.
For me, I think that he can choose to go this path. I mean, that suits him. But even he mentioned Aisha 1. When did Aisha 1 become famous in this country? When did we hear about Aisha 1? Is it that Galamsey started yesterday? You know what I'm saying? So for me, you can do back and forth. You can create all of these things. You can play to the gallery and whatever. But the truth of the matter is that the people in the various... I come from a community where we've had challenges with Galamsey a couple of months ago, just about somewhere in February. There's a village called Abunpe. That's where I come from. 2 kids got drowned in a pit that had been dug. They drowned. They died. They're dying. We've lost those. They were
dark under administration.
What are you talking about?
All these things were dark under
just in February. You know what I'm saying? And even it doesn't even matter under which administration they were. These are lives that have been lost. These are people who have lost their farming, land for farming cocoa and all of these things. These are people who have lost their livelihood. These are rivers that we used to, boast about when we were young children and all of that. You're in power. You have to fix it. So this whole conversation as to, you have you've been in power for 3 months and all of that, and that's so we should allow you some grace. Of course, everybody who has some level of whatever would give you some grace. But the reality is that deal with the issues, deal with the challenges. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying that it is also very clear that even when you have just come into power, your people are acting with impunity. You just mentioned Western North. One of the radio commentaries that I heard, a whole regional minister was preventing the Forestry Commission from even undertaking their jobs to do what is right by actually telling them to stop doing what they're supposed to do when there were people in the forest mining. And so you can sit here and do all of this. And you see, this thing that you're doing, we've been there before. You understand? So now you're sitting on a high horse, you're sitting on wherever you have a moral high ground. Fair enough. But the reality is that the people in the various communities, and these people who are being affected, have an appreciation of the issues. It's not sitting on Channel 1 TV that will convince anybody that if there's something happening in their various communities, you don't have an appreciation. That's all I'm saying. So you can do this back and forth. And all I'm saying is that you have some goodwill, you have some authority to be able to do that. So the lamentation should be a thing of the past and fix the issues.
They've mentioned a number of avenues or initiatives towards fixing it already.
I have no
There's this gold board, there's the Blue Water Guards initiative.
I have no qualms with that. And I told you that my village, Abunpe, there's Galamsey.
Where is that?
It's in the East Panchakwa South.
Yeah.
I think those was there under your regime.
Right, you understand?
So we are coming up there.
It's my community. So you understand? So these are things that are important to me. I'm passionate about it. So fix it.
We will fix it for you. Your people mess it, I will fix it.
Thank you, Doc. Larry, I'll come to you and we'll deal with the politicking around all of this and how we should elevate the conversation to find lasting solutions for our people. But let me take a quick break. When we come back, I'll give you the opportunity to deal with it. This is Breakfast Daily. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
You cannot be saved by the preaching of Jesus. It is what can wash away your sins. What is it that can actually wash the sins of the world? Is it the parables of Jesus? Is it the stories of Jesus? No, it is the blood of Jesus that was shed for us on Calvary's cross.
This Good Friday, a divine appointment awaits you. Join Evangelist Dag Mills for the Good Friday Miracle Service 2025, a time of miracles, healing, and salvation. Experience the life-changing message of the cross, the miraculous touch of God, and the greatest demonstration of love the world has ever known. Come expectant, come believing, and witness the power of Jesus Christ. Friday, April 18th, 2025, 3 p.m., Independence Square, Accra. Don't miss this historic gathering. Bring the sick, bring the broken, bring the lost, because Jesus still saves, heals, and delivers. See you there.
Every day, people have money emergencies. Ma, I need my school fees emergency. Mommy chop money emergency. Emergency. Catch it. I'm in rent emergency. Now, there's a new emergency number in town.
More money, challenge and enjoyment. At the top life we got.
Dial star 770 hash for all your money emergencies and chop life.
Dial star 770 hash for money emergencies and get easy and quick access to your money, loans, and other banking needs. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Do you want a healthy smile?
Are your gums bleeding when you brush or floss? It may be time for a professional dental cleaning. Hi, I'm Tanya from Bethel Dental Clinic, Ghana. Bleeding gums are a sign of gum disease, and when you visit the dentist, your dental hygienist will examine your gum and bone health by completing a periodontal assessment. The basic periodontal exam is done to determine quickly whether there are any signs of gum disease or any problems with your bones. Using a periodontal probe or a gum probe, the depth of the pockets are measured gently and precisely. We are checking for the space between the tooth and the gums, checking for bleeding gums, checking the recession, as well as to see if the teeth are mobile. Gingivitis, the early stage of gum disease, is common and characterized by swollen, bleeding gums. The good thing is that gingivitis can be reversed back to healthy gum tissue. But more advanced stages of gum disease will require a more advanced cleaning and possibly a referral to the gum specialist. Regardless of which type of cleaning your dental hygienist recommends, they all have the same end goal, and that is to remove harmful bacteria and to reduce your risk of dental disease. So, have a discussion with your dental team on gum health and preventative measures against gum disease, and these discussions could be the first sign towards a healthier mouth. Bethel Dental Clinic, the smile starts here.
Healthy smile.
With only 24 hours to pay his huge debt, a public servant runs into hiding in an abandoned house. But the abandoned house is more than an abandoned house.
Anyone here? This place looks dusty. Can anyone hear me, please? Mouse!
Scribe Productions presents Kobna Answer's heart-pounding one-man original musical, The Saint in the Devil's Shoes. Date: Easter Friday, April 18th and Easter Saturday, April 19th at the National Theatre. Time is 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. each day. Rate is a cool 150 Ghana cedis. Dial star 714 star 003 star 9 hash to grab yours now. Hotline 054 609 8082. Media partners City FM and Channel 1 TV. The Saint in the Devil's Shoes. The devil you know is better than the devil you don't know.
Grateful that you stayed on with us. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 Television. We're discussing the matter of the gold board, and of course, it's taken over the gold trade. So from the buying, the selling, assaying of gold for the artisanal and small scale mining. And I was going to go to Larry for the impact of the politics on all of us, especially regarding this gold business. Because for me, I think our priorities should be aligning the activities in the extractive sector with our national development goals and ensuring a fairer share for the people of Ghana. But all this politicking, how does it impact the gold trade?
First of all, we can't decouple the politics from our everyday life. Politics is everything. Okay?
Yeah.
Various authorities see politics from various angles.
But we agree that it has its downsides.
Oh, I mean, everything, too much of everything is bad. Do you understand? I mean, U.S. that has been practicing democracy for how many years? I mean, every now and then, politics come into their line of discussion and say, oh, this thing that you are doing, you could have done it better. It's all about alternatives, participatory democracy. We all have ideas as to how things should go. You get it? And so, let's do the politics of it. If out of that, we can tease out what our essentials are, me, I'm all for it. Okay? I mean, who says that man is by nature a political animal? Is it Aristotle or maybe Socrates? One of them.
Yeah, man is by nature a political animal.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we are all political animals. It's either affect you directly or indirectly. You're either a participant or even, what did President Akufo-Addo say?
Spectator.
A spectator.
Or a citizen.
Or a citizen. You are in there whether you like it or not. So let's face it, the politics will come in. But what do we want? Or what are our needs? And let's get committed to it. I mean, the situation of most of our river bodies that were part of the campaign before hasn't changed. Tano is still, heavily polluted. Pra is still polluted. I don't know about Densu and the other ones and so on. Brim, and Supon and Cobra, all that, heavily polluted. We are eating fish from there. Do we know who and who goes to pick some of these dead fish, smoke them, and then we serve them to us? In the restaurants and so on.
While at it, let's deal with the issue of fighting illegal mining. 453 blue water guards have passed out after 4 weeks of training.
Yeah, I think now we are just touching and going. Yeah, we are just touching.
We're not dealing with the core issue.
Yeah, much as is commendable, we need to be holistic. Okay? The army, I think yesterday, the army, an army detachment, was in Bole, the president's hometown, clearing and burning some of the Galamsey equipment over there. Okay, that is good. I hope that tomorrow morning we won't see that same, the people, the perpetrators setting up another camp.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and before the previous government left office, after years of, conversation, weeks and so on, people saying that, listen, declare state of emergency, send military out there, let them, crush these people and so on. He refused to. Then, about 2 or 3 weeks to the election, then we saw soldiers moving into some of the Galamsey pits with your reporter, Fred Duho, following them all over the place. Whatever happened thereafter, nobody knows. And we are back to wherever it is that it all started. Okay? Now, I think, was it Professor Frimpong who talked about setting up a similar thing? Abu Jinapo also came out and said that is it Abu Jinapo? Yes, Abu Jinapo. It's Samuel. Also came out to say that he was doing a similar thing. Boa has, done this by having these people trained within 2 weeks or so. 4 weeks. Okay. Is that enough for them to?
That I am not sure.
Okay. I don't know what their operations are going to be, their terms of references.
It says they'll be strategically stationed along river bodies, river banks.
Remuneration is also another key factor that sometimes gets some of these things not to move at all beyond the, pomp and pageantry. Okay, so let's wait and see. However, our borders are still porous. Most of the Eric talked about black markets, trading of gold and so on. Yes, apparently some of the gold end up in Togo and other, neighboring countries, and then they are taken away. You get it? And our borders are porous. Okay.
Eric, what do you think about this initiative? I'm coming. Please land.
So the gold board, then there's MIF. Okay, also operating in there, receiving royalties and so on. So
Minerals Income Investment
exactly.
Fund.
The gold industry has become like the energy sector, that we have several institutions. Yet we are not getting head and tail, over this whole thing. I think we need to do more. Maybe we should, out of the politics. We should start.
You see what I was asking about
we should start thinking through. Then I also said that what are our needs?
We should tease out.
Can we listen to each other more and more and tease out whatever?
Collaborative participatory politics.
Exactly. That is all there is.
So the practical aspect of these things are lost on us. I'll be very honest with you. You see, do you know how big an excavator is? It's huge. There's nobody that can say that if you live in a village somewhere and an excavator is entering the forest. There's police, there's national security, there's NIB, there's all of these things. There are people across. All these things, chiefs.
And they came through the ports.
Chiefs, local opinion leaders, assembly members, and everything, MCs, DCs. And all that you require to stop this Galamsey is water guards. Come on. You understand what I'm saying? So you see, if you don't deal with the crux of the issues. Now the thing is coming from the ports. Last time I was listening to, I think, Bernard on when it comes to importation to this country. And I think excavators are number 3 or number 4. Right? And so that should tell you exactly what the issues are, what the challenges are. And how much does it take to, for example, put a tracker on all of these excavators that come into this country? If you really, well and truly, a tracker on an excavator would be cheaper than a water guard. You understand what I'm saying? You could put $100 tracker on each excavator, and you have a central control system somewhere.
President Mahama talked about using Google.
The tracker,
Google
so I'm saying that if you're really interested in dealing with these things, you can't scratch the surfaces of these things and
6.2 billion Ghana cedis worth of excavator imports in 2024.
Exactly.
6.2
billion Ghana cedis.
Do you understand what I'm saying? And so, you see, for me, and so that's this talk of we are going to fix it, we have done this and all of those things. We've seen it before. Have you been to a Galamsey area before? At 6 a.m. in the morning, it goes beyond the people who are digging the thing. At 6 a.m. in the morning, the woman who is selling the cocoa and bullfruit and this thing has 500 people lined up who want to buy cocoa to go into the thing.
So there's an entire economy.
There's an entire economy. The person who sells wache, the fuel station, all these whatever. When you get to the areas, they have all these gallons that they have gone to. They use all these tricycles and everything. You have all the tricycles filled with this thing, and they are buying the fuel and going into the thing in the mornings. Everybody sees it. So if you have in 400 in this entire country, now I'm sure Galamsey is like half of this country, right? Now, we have 400 people stationed at river bodies, and they are the ones who are going to fix this thing.
The 400 are part of a bigger 2,000.
But that is why I'm saying that. If you're really interested and you have put in pragmatic solutions in place, you have to take it from wherever the source is coming from. You do not...
You know the size of our military.
Not the actual size, no.
Exactly. And so, I mean, how our military is created.
Right. So for me, I believe strongly that if there's the will, a lot of attempts have been made.
Yeah.
I mean, you can talk about NDC.
Initiatives have come and gone.
MPP, initiative from Pombatin, whatever, all the various sector ministers and all of that.
Interministerial committees, small-scale mining, blah, blah,
all
blah.
of these things have happened. There's been a blanket ban on small-scale mining. After 2 months, all our river bodies were looking good. Then all of a sudden, we went back. The agitations, even from within, the people within the communities are not really even agreeing with government that the thing that they are doing is a bad thing. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if you're not dealing with the issues, if you're stopping the excavators from entering this country to start with, what are they going to be excavating with? Right? If you're putting trackers on them, what are they going to be? If you are putting regulations in place that nobody should be selling fuel to people in gallons, because we even have that regulation. Larry, you remember?
The minister has
that there are so many.
Galamsey.
Back in the days, you can't just walk to a fuel station and buy fuel. So all of these things are put in place to ensure that you make sure that people are not going into your river bodies and going into the forest areas to dig. But what do you do? That's why I was talking about the inclusivity, the issues to do with the community engagement and the diversification, even when it comes to the gold board, and say that, okay, top of mind, I mean, I'm just guessing, that 5% or 10% of all the revenues that will come from this gold board will go to, one, investing in community, sustainable jobs and whatever, training and then capacity building in these various communities so that we will move the people out. Because if you take the miner out, the person out, what happens to the woman who now has lost her
source of income?
Of income, because the 500 people are not buying her cocoa or wache anymore. Right? So it has to be a more comprehensive approach. But this approach is early days yet. Again, you give the benefit of the doubt. I'm not the one that is going to be a doomsday prophet. But the reality is that
I think that this the change of the police officers, that is highly commendable.
Larry, I honestly believe that. I honestly believe that. I mean, you know me, I'm objective. That is a masterstroke. But
your objectivity is not for us to say.
No, that's a masterstroke. But then again, that shouldn't stop there. Once you have DCs and MCs in place, every DC, MC that has Galamsey happening under their watch should be shown their door. That's what I'm saying. Now, if you do that, then it becomes very clear that there are no, we are assuming that there are no collaborators from
high-ups.
Or from
you know what I'm saying? Because then, listen, in this example, so that I'm talking too much, there's a town very close to my town. It's called Achimhimai. The chief there, right, has stood firm and has said that until he is dead, over his dead body, there's not going to be illegal mining in this community. You know there's no illegal mining there. And all the adjoining villages have that. Do you understand? So it takes community. So that's what I'm saying, that
there should be community involvement.
We can play ostrich. We can claim that we are working on this thing. We can scratch at the surfaces and all of that. But the reality is that the solutions are supposed to be more pragmatic. It's supposed to be practical and deal with the challenges. Right. So if you complain about the destruction of their water bodies, for example, the people in the community tell that they will buy pure water. That's what they will tell you. You know what I'm saying? And so, as far as you're concerned, because there's a whole value chain, right? The guys who are riding the motor, you guys are saying that you're the ones who are going to legalize Okada. Go into those communities and see the source of transportation there. So the moment you stop that, Galamsey, the Okada that you're trying to commercialize, all these people have lost their livelihood. You know what I'm saying? So, you see, we can, as for the politics, like I'm saying, I'm a politician. I'm not shying away from that. But sometimes, the people look up to us for solutions. If you keep on going back to what has happened and that you feel that is going to inure to your advantage, fair enough. But people are looking for solutions, practical solutions.
Doc, I'll get to you. Let me read a few messages real quick. This one says, good morning, Anatufor. The MD of Gold Board has done an extensive stakeholder engagement. Over 17 organizations, including CSOs, were engaged. Gold Board is here to stay. Thank you. This is from Nuti Fafa from Aflao. This one is from Julie's Bite. It says the issue of illegal mining should not be politicized. Hence, the government needs to focus on what will be beneficial to citizens. Both political sides need to collaborate together and put a stop to politicizing every issue in the country. Alhaji Hamza from Pig Farm says, good morning, my brother. I totally agree with my brother Tanko Computer. This government needs more time to fix the mess that was caused by previous government for 8 good years. But my problem with my party, NDC, is that we promised the good people of this country that we're going to revoke the LI 2462 to stop mining in our forest reserves and water bodies. We did not tell Ghanaians that we were coming in to amend the LI. The LI should be revoked as we promised. We cannot afford to disappoint Ghanaians in the fight against Galamsey. Galamsey is an act of terrorism against the state, so government should stop treating Galamseyers with kid gloves and deal with them ruthlessly. All right, Doc, let me come to you. The issue of these water guards.
Quick one. You see, I always like listening to my brother Eric.
You enjoy listening to him?
No, I enjoy listening to him.
Say him, Momo.
you know why I say I enjoy listening to him? You see, he's lamenting more than us. The way he's speaking, we should have been speaking the way he's speaking.
He's a concerned Ghanaian.
No, you see, he's not concerned. His party is
a conflicted Ghanaian.
That's what I'm saying. Okay. His party, the MPP. I doubt whether he listens to them very well. You just mentioned 2024. Importation of what?
Excavators.
How many billion?
6.4 billion.
6.4 billion.
Dollar or CD?
6.2 billion Ghana cedis.
Yes. Okay. Importation of what? Excavators. This is what they bequeath on us, these people. That's what they brought to Ghana. That is what we are battling now. What they have brought.
Yeah.
You see, that's what I'm saying. We should be speaking the language he's speaking.
But to be fair,
and I'm saying
excavators have several purposes. Right?
No, you see, anything about these people will know what they were doing. Party here, Ska. And then so they brought all these things for a purpose. And you see, he cleverly defined how it operates in the Galamsey areas. Because they know what they are talking about. And that is what we are trying to arrest. You see, this water guard thing is a master stroke. The people are from the same area. They are recruited from the area. They are recruited from the same area. When they don't have anything doing, do you know what they will go inside? Now, these people are not going there to fight Galamsey as we are talking of. They are going to complement the efforts of the Ghana Navy in those areas. Okay, they are more or less going in as intelligent officers who are going to provide a stopgap measure for those areas. That's forest cover and water bodies. And then so that any illegal, like you're talking of the movement of the excavators, we all know how huge the machine is.
Yeah.
These guys are there. If somebody is sneaking an excavator, won't they know? Won't they trigger it?
Yeah.
And that is why I'm saying that these people allow these things to fester for a very long time. This ad hoc committees they put together was an avenue to make money. Primpon Boateng, the venerable professor, wrote extensively about them. All of them, they were just put in there.
But his son was also in the pit.
That is what he's saying. That he knew, he himself admitted the problems that he had.
I mean, to be fair, if the son had a legal concession, why not?
But his son was also in the pit. Let's admit that. His son was also in the pit.
Was he a Galamsey pit?
Why it was Galamsey pit? We saw it. He was displaying good bars also.
Was he a Galamsey pit?
It was a Galamsey pit.
Larry, Doc, that's what I'm saying. That this thing is meant to help us solve a problem. It's a master stroke. I've worked under YA before. We used to have this thing, something we call a police, the community police that we're doing.
Yeah.
We'll go and recruit them, send them to the depots, they'll train them, then we'll come and argument the police service and all. These people came and messed it up. Completely.
You guys messed up everything.
That's why we have to reset this country. No, we have to reset this country. The thing they've done for 8 years, the problem we are having now, this 2 months, is because it's if you are going to reset something. It's just like when you have malaria, small malaria, you go and they give you quinine those days. It will trigger another problem in your body that you didn't even know. Bring us, that is what we are saying. We've started resetting, we've seen the massive destruction they've caused to this country. Through this, now we are trying to bring back this thing. So that these young people that we have recruited in their communities and other things, they know that the future belongs to them. They have been trained not only to go and say that we are stopping, but you know the meaning of what we are coming to do.
The livelihood of them. How are they going to be paid?
Oh, It's the state which is taking care of them. The state is going to take care of them.
Are they under the lands ministry? Are they under?
Of course. They are going to work under the land ministry of
and
lands.
There's a budget for that?
Of course, government is doing something about it and make sure that it's going to be sustainable. We are going to keep them and we are recruiting more. This is just a start.
Yeah, we understand there's a target of 2,000.
Yes, this is just a start. And we are going to make, that's why I'm saying that they should wait and see the thing we are going to do under this era of MPP Galamsey that bequeath on us. All these pits that you are seeing, you are showing right now, it's from MPP, they did it. They brought all these distractions. Now you expect us 3 months to change the water from this milk color to the normal water. It won't happen that way. It won't happen. That is what we are bringing up. No, that's why I'm saying that wait and see by the time we get to third quarter, you would have seen a lot of things because the path of which the minister is cruising with this determination. In fact, the president warned his appointee, and I'll repeat it. He's not like the former president.
Who cleared?
Oh, for him, he was even defending them. He was if you say I should give you evidence, I'll give you evidence. You have the video, you can play it for everybody. He said Akuntamai was not involved in illegal mining, but everybody knew that they were doing illegal mining. Everybody knew. Even Eric himself knew they were doing illegal money, but he couldn't defend it because he was defending his
on the line.
He said he put the president. Thank God they got 38% because they put it over there. You see, these are the things we are talking about. We have to hold the bull by the horn. That's what Eric help us, assist us to solve this problem. It's for the next generation coming. Look, we used to call Kumasi the garden city. Is that not true? Because of this thing that we are doing, another thing, it's affecting the vegetation around that place a lot. It's affecting the vegetation, and it's destroying our forests. The cocoa sector, look at how they are suffering, and all these things. We were noted for having one of the best crops in the sub-Saharan Africa areas. But look at what you people have done. For 8 years, you have come and your pension of making money, whether crooked means, by all means, led to this distraction we are grappling with. And that is why we are saying that allow us to do, we have started a point. You see, we have started something. This water guard, we will continue that path. We will recruit more people into it. Most people, look, nobody is going to leave his livelihood. This Galamsey, this is how they call it, Okada thing that we are talking of. They will continue to operate there. In some communities, there are areas you cannot use
vehicles. They are happy with you. They say you are restricting them to 25 years, but they want to.
I hear it's going to come.
It's going to come down.
Oh no, it will come down. It will come down. They are just putting the things together. It will come down. I mean, a good brother of mine was talking of repeal of the act. You see, when you go and read an act, you first of all have to look at the spirit and letter of the act.
Right.
What is intent doing? If there is a section of the act which people are misusing to get into that, you don't go repeal the whole thing. You target that section and amend it appropriately. You can have Ghana, we have very beautiful acts. Sometimes
we are losing our forest.
That is why we are protecting it. We are saying nobody should go near there.
Repeal the act.
You see, the whole thing is not about mining in the act. Are you getting it? It is in the forest. The act is not about it. They must take time and read it. And look, I read it extensively. I'm a student of law. I'm still pursuing my law course. And I realized that it is not all the sections that they put under the act.
Party communicated differently.
Yes. No, we are saying that yes, repealing it.
And you have some of the fine legal rules.
I am saying that yes, repealing it, yes, might have been what we have put in there. The president is committed to protecting the forest. Not change your mind. Nobody, the NDC will not change his mind in it because we are in power. We are going to implement whatever.
Promise of our time. When so far you claim you are sticking to all your promises.
Yes, we are sticking. Have we departed? We have not departed anything from this.
Not amend the
We are looking at it critically, and they are thinking that look, the act, if there is a need to just take it out completely and bring back a new one, we will do so. But if we also look at it in the wisdom and see that this section, it is section this and this and that, which the NPP misuse a lot for party here sika. Can we take those sections out?
Briefly on this, and then we'll go to Bob. Briefly.
So for me, I still stand by my initial submission that you can do the politics.
Yeah.
You can say all of these things. The chickens will come home to roost. I have told him that even the very few days that they came into office, it's very clear and evident that they're clueless as to how to deal with these things. It's always important, you use a certain word, it's always important that sometimes, regardless of how you feel about each other, or we feel about each other, it's
important that we all come together and say, okay, how do we, as a nation, fix this thing and deal with these things, right? Because there are people, let's assume that you go into a community and somebody is NPP and they have engaged in this thing illegally. At this point, they feel like, okay, even if I do it, I don't have any so anybody to protect me, or I can't do that with whatever. What has happened on the other side? Young people have now decided to get up and act with impunity and even attack, right? Established gold mining firms, and go there and claim that they should be allowed to even go into those firms to mine.
Well, this is not the first time.
I agree, but
I recall, and I'm coming. I recall in this same studio, we had somewhere a similar issue around Takwa area there.
The whole regional minister and his candidates, they were there.
You know that in that event also, exactly. People were shot dead.
No, but what I'm saying is that. So what I'm saying,
and they were flying party cards.
Listen, I agree, and I see what is wrong is wrong. All I'm saying is that
I am saying we need to elevate the discourse. Let's elevate the conversation
and say that. Listen,
this is a national.
You see, this is a national. This is a national.
It's happened before. It's happening now. What do we do next to stop it from happening again?
This is a challenge. It's a national security issue. There are certain elements within these places that have come even from across the border. Some of them are holding guns that are, and ammunition that even our military and security operators are even sophisticated, right? Excuse me. So if you're not careful, it would degenerate into other things. People would even take advantage of these things because they are armed. They understand. And that's what I'm saying. So let's fix this. Let's have issues. The issues to do with the politics and you don't like each other and it's whatever, it's fine.
Very well.
But when it comes to the issue of Galamsey, it doesn't have color. If you go and buy fish from whatever river, I don't want to, antagonize anybody. It is, they don't write MPP or NDC on it. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. And if you have issues to do with contamination, with cyanide or whatever, what have you, everybody's consuming it. Our kids are consuming it, our parents are, our grandparents are consuming it. Right? We are briefing this, we have issues to do with climate change issues and all of those things, degradation of our environment and all of that, global warming. So these are more, if you like, sophisticated conversations rather than just this thing about attributing this person did this and this person than who. That's
very well. Let's go to Bawku.
Can I point out this? The cost of water.
In a few seconds.
Yeah, the cost of water is going up. The cost of drinking water is going up. In some instances, they don't exist. When you go to places like Tema, most of the communities. I'm talking about community 25. Community 25.
They're really struggling with water.
Okay. Community 24. There's no water.
Yeah, there's no water.
Okay. And there are people who are buying this water from these polytank carriers. 600 Ghana cedis, 700 Ghana cedis per, a load.
And so we actually need to go there. Here's some man from Ghana Water Limited is charging some people some outrageous money to lay pipes to their houses.
There are instances where the Ghana Water guy who is supposed to ensure that water goes to various homes operates a tanker. You get it.
That's a reservoir in his
Thank you. And so these are some of the things we need to be doing. And then it's Galamsey. Blame Galamsey. Because Ghana Water has cited that many times.
There is a 4% increase in water tariffs and 14% in electricity. We have not even spoken.
Okay. Effective May 3.
Okay. Exactly. No, but then they have started increasing it now.
Exactly. And that on itself, even if you forget about even households for now, if you have any manufacturing entity that predominantly uses water. And there's a percentage increase of 4% in tariffs. Just imagine, so the attendant effect will be passing on the
let's go to our last issue and then we can wrap it up.
We are not doing Damai.
Well, I tried to chill Damai.
You didn't mention Damai.
I did with
let's do
Bawku.
Yeah, Bawku. What's the next one?
Well, IGP CDS reaffirming commitment to deal with the issue. But we know that Bawku has, the issue has gone on. It's been centuries old, right? We need to find a lasting solution to it. We understand that the O24-led mediation process is underway. But, Doc, what should we see from the people themselves by way of commitment to helping addressing this? Dog, you are Bimbila, right?
Yes.
Okay,
I'm from I am from Bimbila. Oh no, I mean northern region, not only Bimbila.
Like,
northern region, we want to bring back the glory of the party in northern region come 2028. Currently, the NPP is still holding some few seats.
You want to snatch all?
Oh, we'll take that away from the market. You wait. When we told them we're going to beat them over 54%, they thought we were joking. You see,
okay, you've done that. Let's
do I don't want to go back now. But Bimbila seat is up for grab. NDC will take it. I can assure you. We are
led by yourself.
NDC will win the seat. Just hold on and see.
You will win the seat for the NDC.
I on the price. We are going to win the
greeted them
seat.
this morning.
Exactly. That's what I'm asking.
It's my hometown. I mean, I bought bread from the. That's where I vote from 1992 up to 1992.
Beautiful roads. Have you been there?
I've been voting there
No,
all the time.
oh,
So
yes,
it's my place. It's my hometown.
Beautiful roads.
They are beautiful over there.
Touch on Galamsey for me. You have this about 2 minutes. I mean, Bawku crisis.
Yes,
2 minutes.
Bawku, they are brothers and sisters over there. In fact, let me take this opportunity to appeal to them. I mean, let's listen to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. He meant business when he says he wants to bring the conflict to an end. I mean, we feel their pain. I mean, what is going on there is not a thing that everybody wants in the country. The reset agenda, we want them to enjoy the fruit, what we are coming to do. I mean, and they cannot enjoy the fruit in the midst of this crisis.
Right.
We will resolve it. I can assure you, the NDC government will resolve the issue. We are still appealing to them. Otunfo committee, they've started working. They are doing something about it. Behind the scene, they are doing serious work. Just these few weeks that we had some small security lapse, of which they are resolving. As we speak now, they've managed to control some of the difficulties over there. Don't forget, Bawku is a very nice place. I've been there severally. I mean, from 2000 up to 2008, I did a lot of work around that place. Even during the 2020 election, I went down there to train a lot of the agents around the constituencies, Timpani, Garu, and then Pusiga and all those areas. I did the training. I'm not surprised we beat them. We beat MPP hands down over there. We just finished them, those areas. You see, we want to come and develop the place as a party. We will come and help them develop. They are nice people. They are good people over there. It's just these few security lapses that is causing all that. I have my strongest belief that the IGP and the CDS and my boss, the defense minister, Dr. Omani Boama, he's on top of issues.
Very well.
He's on top of his brief with the interior minister. They have been collaborating, and I know they are doing something behind the scene. It won't be long.
Very well.
Bawku will come back to its glory.
We hope so.
And that is what we are looking at, and we are committed to it.
Thank you. Eric.
Well, I mean, what is there to say that we entreat the factions to make peace prevail? I mean, I've been there. I've also been there separately. And when you go there and you speak to the people and the history of it, and even how it's strategically located, it's a pity that we're not gaining those advantages. I mean, especially like the strategic location of it. It's been for centuries a trading post and all of that. And because of these issues, we're not really getting the full advantages of that. Then you also have to even think about the issues to do with young people going to school, doctors refusing to be posted there, nurses, other essential services, operatives refusing to go there because of the security situation. So in the final analysis, the people who actually suffer are the same people who are having these disagreements. And I believe that, again, it requires everybody to bring the peace. The politician, you see, I mean, the politician cannot absorb themselves from some of these conversations. I mean, now you create the issue and then you expend public resources to fix it. You understand? Our utterances, our, posturing and all of these things has also resulted in some of these challenges. So for me, I think that
the political aspect of it should also be taken away from it.
Very well.
So that we deal with the issues, we fix it, we get to the crux of the matter. And I hope that once we bring all of this thing to bear, and there's that political will.
Sure.
And, I mean, you see, we have an example. You look at the issue to
in just about 20 seconds.
The Abudu and Dani issues and everything. And there's a model. There's something that we have followed that I believe strongly that has brought about peace
in Dagbam.
And so let's go back to some of these things. And if there are new things that to add, we find ways of dealing with it.
Bawku, and ending the crisis.
Okay. So I think that we can be here and try to what's the word?
Prefer solutions.
To whatever is happening there. But we are just talking. Okay. Otufo can also be in his palace and try to say that this and this and this. I mean, he's just talking. But the onus lies, on the people themselves.
Exactly.
Because they have lived together. They know each other quite well.
Yeah. They actually even intermarried now.
They've intermarried. Okay. So if, let's say, Chum is married to somebody who is from the other side, and there are children between them, which part of the body would you take? Of your child would you take?
We would have to fall on King Solomon.
Would have to. So, and see, we are always talking about Bawku. But he mentioned, that area is quite vast.
It's not just about
It's not just, it's not just Bawku. Timpani, is it Timpani? He mentioned. Garu, yes, Pusiga.
So I need to
Wale Wale, and there's a spillover now to Wale Wale and beyond. You get it? I mean, we need to find a solution for this thing. But then we can't do anything without they themselves, coming out with whatever they have to do. I mean, police officers have been shot 3 or 4 days ago. We lost 2 police officers. Some last year thereabout or the year before, we lost an immigration officer. A teacher had been shot. Students have been killed. I mean, and Bawku has become like a war zone in a country.
Unfortunately, we would have to leave it here. But I'm sure an opportunity will present itself for us to continue with the conversation. Thank you so much, gentlemen. It's been an absolute pleasure. But thank you for joining us. This has been the News Review segment on Breakfast Daily. Thank you for your time. When we come back, there's so much more on the show for you. Stay with us.
Be that business owner that stands out and is very productive.
You're so confident. How do you do it?
It starts with Built. Where does your confidence come from? Paperwork made simple. Built takes all the hassle away. Yeah, don't be like her. Built is your all-in-one simplified finance platform. It's your home for invoices, payments, your payroll, and so much more.
Oh, wow.
Grow your business today. Sign up now at built.africa. Download the Built app now.
Who are you? Charlie, I'll be you from the future. Who doesn't sleep on that slice of bready poor mattress anymore? Don some slippers, then follow me. You just buy the mattress we did the front there. Yeah? That'll be the mattress where the dead put on.
Wait, what are you doing?
Wow! No damage at all. Not only durable, but also super comfortable. Come on, try it.
Nothing day like Ash Foam. Enjoy full body support and unparalleled comfort for a restful sleep.
Don't forget your keys.
Get the premium sleep experience with mattresses from Ash Foam. Visit any of our showrooms nationwide or at ashfoam.com.
Poverty makes you do what you otherwise would not do. Wealth makes you live the way you wish to live. But revenge cancels the lines between poverty and riches.
It's either you're saying something progressive, or I'll just tell your wife that I'm carrying your child.
Where is my father? Now that he's coming closer to the community, I just make you know.
Papa, go figure your own plans. So I go figure my own.
Hello. Here's the second part of the Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 TV. My name is Philip Ni Latte, and I'm here with
Chris Carter. I loved the way you actually started. I think for me, I was like, whoa, do we need like a DJ box right now?
Of course.
Hello. You want to take Nana's job from him?
Well, Nana is my senior in the space when it comes to MCing, right. But as well, I also do small. I'm trying to learn from him. But today, we have a lot for you, fully packed on the show. We're going to our communities. We're bringing you the stories. Yesterday, the story we brought you was from the Pantine Hospital Big Z School. Right. Very deplorable, very bad. It was a sad, and it's still a sad situation in the school. We are just expecting that the various authorities will try and work around the clock and get the issue in that school resolved. Concerning open defecation, then we moved to Tamale, where we had a conversation on water shortage, which was very bizarre in that area. We spoke to the Ghana Water Limited. They came out to tell us that, well, they are trying to find solutions to the problem. That is the Bupila Dam. Yeah. According to the Ghana Water Limited, they don't even know that dam even exists.
He's like, where? What dam? Oh, that is a very old dam.
And it doesn't exist.
And he actually sounded like the dam doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, and it's a bit problematic that he sounded like that. Probably it's out of not knowing, but this is a dam that has, held people down for a very long time.
Very long time.
Very long time. So at least they should have a little bit of knowledge. But if we have brought it out to light and they are getting to now know about it, great.
Yeah, great. So they should move there. So we told our correspondent, Shawana Yusuf, to give all the needed information to the Ghana Water Limited to as well ensure that that issue is resolved. But before we go on, Ishtar is coming very soon. But before that, we have the seasons of prayer. Yeah. That is happening. Like we said yesterday, a family that prays together stays together. So seasons of prayer happening weekdays in the month of April, this month, from 1st to 30th of April 2025. For midnight cry, 12 a.m. to 1 a.m. This is your day, 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. and prayer encounter 12 p.m. to 1 p.m.
Yeah, and it's actually on our Facebook channel, Facebook Live, City 97.3 FM. So if you didn't join this morning or midnight, you can actually join the prayer encounter 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. on our Facebook page. So it's live. You can send your request and also pray with everyone that will be praying at that moment. And on Easter, we have the Easter Orphan Project brought to you by Channel 1 TV and City 97.3 FM. And this is something that we do every year. We actually select some orphanages, visit them, and try to make them smile on that day, make them happy on that day, let them remember that they are actually loved by people. They shouldn't feel alone. So we will go out there, spend some time with them, and of course, send them stuff that they need to support them and maintain them. And to do this, we actually need your help to help them feed, maintain, and support. And we would be, you can actually send whatever you have via Momo. That's 0550 900 006, 0550 900 006. If you haven't done anything for anyone in a long time, or you feel like, I need to help someone, but I don't know who to help, or you have even old clothes and even food stuff in the house that you want to give out, you need to reach out to us on 0302 226 013, 0302 226 013. And like Philip said yesterday, we are located at Tessano.
Yeah, Tessano, close to Tessano at Ola Hansen, lane number 5, Ola Hansen Lane in Tessano. That is Channel 1 TV. And also City FM behind the Adabaka Police Station, number 11, Dr. Morton Loop. Right. So ensure that you identify those places and bring your donations and bring what you would want to help the orphans with on this day. That is 21st of April, 2025.
Right. And on the 1st of May, after Easter, we actually have the family consecration service, which you wouldn't want to miss. It's at the Oil Dome Royal House Chapel in Accra on Thursday, the 1st of May, from 6 a.m. to 12 noon. And this is a very important gathering for families, for couples, for singles, for, in fact, everybody.
And interestingly, at the family consecration, often vows are renewed.
Yes.
So you come there with your wife, and you know that you'll be going back home with a renewed vow that can last you in your marriage for a very long time. And you're also praying for the entire family to continue the rest of the year.
Yeah. So make it a date and come out and pray with us on that day.
Let's not forget Harvest Praise 2025. Harvest Praise 2025 is also happening live, and it's coming to you on the 18th of April 2025. This is Good Friday, so ensure that you are there as well. It's the First Love Center. It's Legon. That is the venue for the event. So as you wine and dine on Easter Friday or Good Friday, you should just as well make some time to go for Harvest Praise 2025, which is happening at the First Love Center. It's Legon, and enjoy some good music. You can see the individuals on bill there. Joe Metal is coming. We're also having ACP Kofi Sapon, who will also be in attendance, among other choirs that maybe there will be a surprise for you. You go there charged, and you can enjoy your Friday.
Right. All right. Now it's time for us to get into our communities, where we are going to be spotlighting real issues that are facing real people. And these are actually urgent stories that, urgent stories of neglect and concern at the same time. And I'm sure you cannot wait for us to get into our communities and talk about this. But before that, let us go for a quick music break. And when we come back, we'll be bringing you the stories. So stay tuned. We'll be back.
myself in a strange situation, and I don't know how I feel. Could this be love or temptation? Say, baby, I want you now. Would you be my now and forever? My baby, yeah, yeah. Said every day I find myself in a strange situation, and I don't know how I feel. Could this be love or temptation? Say, baby, I want you now. Would you be my now and forever? My baby, you are the sunshine in my darkest of nights. You are the joy that brings peace to my life. You are the light in my darkest of days. Say, baby, I can live without you. This love will never fade. My baby, if loving you be wrong, I don't wanna be right. If loving you be wrong, I don't wanna be right. If loving you be wrong, oh, I don't wanna be right. If loving you be wrong, I don't wanna be right. I said, I said, I said, yeah. Give you this love, yes, I'm going crazy. Cause it's you that I want, no maybes. If I could, yes, I have your babies. Girl, please believe me, yeah, I'll never let you down. Always be around, so would you hold my hand? Oh yeah, you are the sunshine in my darkest of nights. You are the joy that brings peace to my life. You are the light in my darkest of days. Say, baby, I can live without you. This love will never fade. My baby, if loving you be wrong, I don't wanna be right. If loving you be wrong, I don't wanna be right. If loving you be wrong, oh, I don't wanna be right. If loving you be wrong, I don't wanna be right. I said, I said, I said, I said, I let's go. Ha! It's Tony Amani. Yeah. I can't deny, never seen a love like this in life before. Never knew our love would last forevermore. You are the apple of my eye, baby girl, I can't deny, baby. Yeah, yeah. She go always hold me down, even when I don't get money around here. Yeah. We go always run uptown, although we are me queen, I did love you now, yeah. Baby, everything I did do, girl, I do for you. Hey, baby, this love we share be true. I did do for you, do for me. Baby girl, you they be my queen. I did do for you, do for me. Hey, they say love me no be easy. I did do for you, do for me. Baby girl, you they be my queen. I did do for you, do for me. Do for you, do for me. Let's go. Ha! Yeah, cool. Yeah, cool. Ajay. Ha! Ah. Every time I dey with you, my heart is filled with your joy. I dey promise to never neglect you, but always respect you, adore. What we have means so much to me. Love that is consistent in consistencies. Baby, you they make me a better me. My assurance in a world of uncertainty. She be the light of my life. She be the center of my heart. She be the day to my night. Because our love will never part. say on one of me tie, then so me damn it now. Baby, you know how they say I they do for you, you they do, I they do for you, do for me. Come on, baby girl, you they be mad, I they do for you, do for me. They say love it no be easy, I they do for you, do for me. Baby girl, you they be my queen, I they do for you, do for me, do for you, do for me. Let's go. Come on. Yeah, cool. Yeah, cool. Abba. Yes, sir. Sakuaba. Hey. I they do for you, do for me. Baby girl, you they be my queen. I they do for you, do for me. They say love me no be easy. I they do for you, do for me. Baby girl, you they be my queen. I they do for you, do for me. Do for you, do for me. I they do for you, do for me. Hey, baby girl, you they be my queen. I they do for you, do for me. Hey, they say love me no be easy. I they do for you, do for me. Baby girl, you they be my queen. I they do for you, do for me. Do for you, do for me. Let's go. Yes sir. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Amanda. Let's go.
All right, welcome back. That was some good music from Tony Amani to set the tone for the day. But now we are getting straight into our communities to check out stories that are affecting real people. It could be stories of neglect, or maybe these are just, concerns coming from different places. So, Philip.
We take it to the Wild West district. There is a pressing issue of water in that area. Mind you, we are bringing all the stories that are affecting communities, and we are pushing for the change that is needed. And in this district, the residents there are surviving on the same water with animals, and this is very bad. Let's bring you that story from Martina, Upper East Regional correspondent, and later we will speak to the authorities that be.
Part of the Sigri electoral area is one of the most underserved areas in the Wild West district. The challenges here go beyond water, encompassing poor road infrastructure, inadequate healthcare services, limited electricity, and weak mobile connectivity. The current water crisis stands out as a dire humanitarian emergency. With no boreholes or mechanized water systems, residents have to rely entirely on a dugout that only holds water during the rainy season. Once it dries up, the only alternative is the far-off Black Volta River. The Assembly member, Peter Mwensero, describes the situation as unsustainable. He explains that accessing the river is physically exhausting, particularly for women and children, and exposes them to security risks due to the proximity of the Ghana-Burkina Faso border, an area known for emerging terrorist threats.
This community have been trying since time immemorial so that we see whether we can get other NGOs that this are assembled in the CBA, that's the community-based organization, so that they come to these people aid. If you go to the Nediziere, as we are talking of, it's a dugout that they are using. Mostly during the dry season, they dry off, so they only depend on it when it's raining. And as we are talking about again, their source of water is also the Black Volta that they goes to fetch. And due to that, they compete with the animals, because all those animals within that place, they all go there. And the distance from the Black Volta to that place is also far. So it's making it women always have fear to even go and fetch water. Because nowadays, the terrorism and those kind of bad people within those areas make them have fear.
Many residents have reported suffering from waterborne diseases caused by contaminated sources. Frequent trips to distant healthcare centers have become the norm, often after long and difficult journeys. The Assembly member is calling on government agencies, NGOs, and private sector partners to prioritize Nat Desire in ongoing rural water development programs, emphasizing the urgent need for boreholes or sustainable water systems to restore dignity and hope to the community.
We are facing water-related diseases, which we even go to hospital most of the time. So we are pleading on all sympathizers and all government bodies to come and help us. If we can get a good and potable water, it will help the community. And also, we don't have a good road. How to even get our goods out of the community to sell is a problem. So we are also pleading if you can help us with a good road.
Our health issues is a very big challenge in our place here. Whenever we are getting any ill issues, we have to move from a far community before we can get treatment. So we are begging on any stakeholder to come on our aim to help us get health facility that can help us to make our life better. We are calling on every stakeholder to come, and even our network, how to get a network to make a call. It's a challenge. Whenever we have to get a network, we have to go from another community before we can get a network to make a call. So we are calling on anybody that can come to help us get network. We will be glad and be grateful if we can get that. We say God.
So residents of Sigri electoral area battling with water situation, and not only that, deplorable roads also having a toll on their health. This is in the Wa West district of the Upper West region. And Chris, imagine, I was saying this, imagine you have been posted to this area as a teacher or a nurse, a doctor, a police officer, whatever work you find yourself that you are supposed to render service to mankind. Will you go?
It will be very difficult.
It will be difficult because the needed, or let me say, the things we need to survive aren't there. The basics aren't there because water to survive on is not there. It's not there. Maybe it may be affected by climate change, or climate change impacts is what we are facing in recent times. But I'm sure that, like yesterday we were stating, there are assembly members which now move to the district level, then from the district level to the regional level, from the regional level to the national level. And authorities must be aware of these things. Then we can find solution to these problems. Because if they are facing or they are bearing the brunt of water situation, shortage of water situation in the area, leading to health conditions among other things, and they may not be able to have the needed funds to even survive on for other things, medications and a whole lot of things. So like the problem is bigger than we are seeing.
Yeah. And you know what I keep thinking is this issue did not just start in a day. We didn't wake up and just realize or hear that there's no water in that area again. This started a long time ago, and if you listened to the report from Shawana yesterday, she said the old man said this thing has been on for 5 years. So in that 5 years, what was happening? Who were they reporting to? Who was supposed to be in charge? The issue of climate change does not just happen in one day.
Of course.
It's an issue that have been talked about so many times. And I feel like this education of climate change should not just be stuck in Accra.
I was about to say, because we think Ghana is only Accra.
Do you understand? You can go to other places and ask them questions of climate change. I'm sure they're going to be very oblivious about it. I'm sure they're going to be very ignorant about it. They might even call it God.
They may be having some spiritual
meanings to it. You know, God is angry. This gods and that gods. I'm sure it's like that in some places, because it seems like the education and the whole talk about climate change it's just between activists here. It's not even in some of the schools. It's not even down to, you know, the primary level. And it should be, like, the way it's going now, it should be taught everywhere.
And
everywhere,
I'm sure
in every organization.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not just between activists, not just between the governments when they are trying to go to those meetings, those meetings outside.
And funny how when it's time for elections, you see the politicians drive to these areas and they campaign on these issues. We have water situation, so when we come, we'll resolve them. Your roads are bad.
This telephone network issue has been
networks are bad and
you know,
all that. But when now they get the nod and they are in power, then they tend to forget about
because they don't live there.
Of course.
Because their houses are not there.
Their houses are in Accra.
Exactly.
So, mind you, this show we are bringing you all the issues from the communities. I think that maybe the various authorities should be paying attention to it, because if you really want to unearth or see what is happening in our country, then you shouldn't miss this particular program, because if then you watch it, you are able to tell where the issue is. You take your men there to address the issue. Something as basic as water shouldn't be a problem to a lot of people. For instance, if this community has like 5 or 6 boreholes or the mechanized boreholes, and there are ways and means to give them water, they will live, they will survive. But the little they have, they're even surviving, or animals are also
They're
feeding.
sharing it with the animals. They're struggling. Who drinks more? The cow or the human?
And when the animals are also sharing it with you, mind you, it's also going to breed some sort of diseases. And who goes there to save them? Who goes there to save them? So I think that when it comes
talking about who goes there to save them, you know, in as much as I like the fact that you're thinking about who goes there to save them. Let's not also forget that these people travel. They will travel down with these diseases.
Of course.
Yes, and it will trickle down.
And it spreads.
And it spreads. Then something will start again. Then we are meant to, you know, tackle all that.
So this is what is happening in the Sigri electoral area of the Upper West. That is the Wa West district of the Upper West region, and it should be a wake-up call to the authorities in the region. We are hoping that we will engage the Upper West Regional Minister on this issue. We will still go back to the community again and speak to the assembly member of the area as well. We will engage our correspondent who was monitoring or is monitoring activities in that area, and she's going to bring us up to speed what is happening in the area. So we have on Martina Zabog, who is the regional correspondent for us here at Channel 1 TV, Upper West Regional Correspondent. Hello, Martina, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Philip.
I trust you are doing well.
Yeah, I'm fine, and you?
I'm doing good. I want to find out from you the water situation in the Sigri electoral area. For how long has this persisted?
The Ladisgeri community is a community under the Sigri electoral area in the Dolomo traditional area. This community is being deprived with water situation, and because of that, the community members there have moved to other communities like Bankpama, Ga, where they can get water, access to potable drinking water. So in this community, what they do for their livelihood is farming. They do farm yam. They go to the black water to catch fishes, and then they take it to the nearby communities to sell. But Philip, when you go to this community, as we speak, when I went there, I visited there are only 3 houses there, and it's only the agents that are staying there. Those 2 guys I interviewed were guys who came from the other community to grant me the interview. So what you see in the screen is what they drink. And this well is being constructed by the community. They did it by themselves. And during this time as we went, they can only get 2 buckets of water. Then they wait for the water to come again for them to use. So actually, they have a whole lot of challenge in that community, but then they are just hoping and crying that maybe somebody or the government out there will come to their aid. Philip, one thing about the community too is they don't have network. When I got there, Burkina Faso welcomed me with their network. Yes. When you get there, you don't have access to any network. They don't have electricity, no chips, not even a daycare for their kids to school. So with all this, the members have fled. Some have even gone to Kumasi and crying. They are not having hope of returning back. And the only community that is close to them is Chiatanga. And that place is about 6 kilometers. So imagine walking from Ladizere to Chiatanga to access healthcare. And even that chief's compound there is just someone's house, just a single room house to them to use. So walking from Ladizere to Chiatanga to go to access help, or students walking from that 6 kilometers to attend school. I mean, it's very worrying. It's just an eyesore, Philip. I wish you were here to see the committee. The committee is big, more, but people, the committee members have all fled.
Wow. So this is not only water issue. But again, I want to find out from you, is there any, are they on the national grid? That's electricity.
They don't.
So no electricity in the area too.
No, they don't have electricity. So they have to walk about 6 kilometers to charge their phones or to get power.
And this is in Ghana.
Yeah, in Ghana. I wish and hope one day you come, I'll take you there.
Who is the member of parliament for the area?
Peter Lanchene Tobu.
Oh.
Yeah.
Our very own Peter Lanchene Tobu.
Yeah. And even what even makes the committee so worried is, because of that, they have to go to Chiatanga to cast their vote, because that's where their polling station is.
Have we gotten or seen any NGO come there to say they want to get them boreholes or try and resolve their issue? Because often we know that in the northern parts of Ghana, most of the NGOs are there to help address issues like this.
Yeah, actually, when I spoke to the assemblyman, he said, I think somewhere 2019 or 2020, that one NGO came to their aid, but when they visited the community and they saw that their numbers were few, they decided they went and never came back again. And this is the issue, because they don't have water, they don't have chips and all those things. The members have fled, all of them. Just those 3 houses you see are what are there. So some of the members are saying, if they are able to get drinking water, electricity, and even network, they can come back to the community, because it just flows to the black water, and that's where they do fish, they farm, and most of them say where they went to settle, some of their farmlands there are not even settled, but at Ladizere, they are able to farm and cultivate. But staying in the community, there's no network, and most of the time, these terrorists, that's where they pass. That's their route. So in case they are there and then something happens to them, how would they call the next community to come to their aid, or even the security to come to their aid? So this is the reason why all of them have left the community.
Right.
To settle.
Okay, so Martina, I'm going to take you back to the water issue. Is this a seasonal issue, or it's been an all-year struggle?
It has been an all-year struggle, because it is only during the rainy season that they are able to harvest more water. That is when the rain is finished. But after the rainy season, like the drying season, as we are, this is the borehole is the only source of water they get. There is no a single borehole that is even there in saying broken. Right. That is their source of getting water.
Okay, and since this is an all-year situation or an all-year struggle, have they ever spoken to authorities? And if they have, what has been the response from authorities that actually gives them hope to still be there?
They spoke to the assemblyman, and the assemblyman took it to the district level. But then According to the assemblyman, I think that they don't have a committee, that they don't have they don't meet as an assembly to sit and discuss issues like this. So I think that is a challenge he also has. But then to the member of parliament, I think yes, and according to him too, that he's also planning of maybe getting them a borehole or coming to their aid. The last time I met him and we discussed, that's what he said. But then, yes, the district level, there's nothing like that to the community.
So, Martina, with this area, does it look like help will come very soon? From what they've been telling you, are they hopeful that in the near future they will be able to get something that they can live on and they will be able to survive in the area?
Yeah, they still have hope, especially from the assemblyman. They still have hope that maybe when government or anybody watching this from Channel 1 TV, CFM will come to see. So he just appealing to anybody out there that can at least just get them one borehole, a mechanized borehole for them to use. So they still have hope. They still have hope.
Aside this community you mentioned, are there other communities in the Upper West region that maybe as you are reporting or you've been moving around, you've seen that are also suffering from similar issue?
Yeah, Philip, in the Upper West region, in fact, we still have various districts, and in those districts, communities still have issues with water. Not only water, electricity, and network, and then roads. We have a lot of communities and we have a lot of districts that are in the Upper West region that are facing this challenge.
Wow. So with some of the communities, like you made mention, a lot of them, can you just mention a few for us? If maybe one of these days we can take our cameras there and also monitor the situation in these communities.
In the One West, we still have communities like Madison, we still have Buse, we have in One East, we have communities like Danyokra. In fact, from one way to that community called Danyokra, you take about 2 hours to get it because the road network is very bad. And that community is a farming community which when they farm during the rainy season, they can't even bring their farm produce to Manwe, surplus of bringing it to Wa to sell. And when it rains, in fact, the bridge there, when it rains, it's cut off. It's cut them off. They can't access Manwe or come to Wa. They can't access the nearby communities to Bulenge. So they are just there. And there to there's no network.
It looks like these people have been cut off from Ghana.
Yeah, sure. We also have another community from Kundungu Enclave to the Sisala East Enclave. We have communities like that too. And the road network there is very, very terrible. Very terrible. And security-wise, I don't know what to say, but people, and issues like this, investors or people don't want to come to the Upper West region. Because imagine you going to a community like that, Manwe and Danyokra, who is about to take you 1 hour to get there. But when you get there, you don't have network.
Right.
How to survive?
Right. Okay. So to write on what Philip just said now, that it feels like they have been cut off Ghana. How do they feel? How do they feel knowing that, you know, there are other parts of the country that are enjoying the basic things that they should also be enjoying, such as water, such as electricity, and probably the good roads too, and security? How are they feeling?
They are feeling bad, but what would they do? Their only hope is that one day somebody or the government to come to their help or to their aid. When I went to Natizeri, in fact, they were very happy seeing me. When I told them that I'm from Channel 1 TV, they were very happy and they were like, oh, please try and please this story so that our community too will also get something. So they are only feeling bad, but when they go to the next community where they have access to electricity and all those stuff, they feel that they should remain there, they shouldn't go back. But then that is where they come from. They can't leave where they come from to a different community. What happens to their community? So they are just hoping that help comes to them.
Martina, hold on for us. We have the assembly member for the Sigri electoral area. Peter is joining us via Zoom. Hello, Nabo. Good morning.
Good morning.
I trust you are doing well.
Yes, okay. Good morning to our church viewers too. Could I be happy my electoral area, especially the communities, were able to view or hear what is happening today. But it's sad. There's no lights, no network for them to even connect their phone to even see what is happening. But we know through your channels, all these social amenities that are being deprived, being lack at that place, it will come through, or we'll get it as soon as possible. Good morning again. I'm Honorable Peter Inga, Secretary Electoral Area. And that place is just by the black voter. If you look at most of the communities, we are just sharing boundary with the black voter. And as we are even there, we don't know whether we are just because of the black voter, water in some of these communities is a challenge. Because we are lacking, if we're even having boreholes, they are not been working. We say that we are having insufficient supply of water, but we are lacking boreholes or water system in those places. Well, within that area, we are having about 3 communities that were lacking. Hello, I don't know whether you can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you. So go ahead.
Yeah, we're having 3 communities that were lacking this, but we're having Laboyiri, and this Nadizieri is also part, plus Zinya. But during last year, thank God, SAC, that's Sahara Advocacy for Change, came to our aid, and they gave us a borehole at Laboyiri. It was being commissioned on the 27th of last year, December, before we went into the distance. So they came around to the Netizero community and Zinya. Actually, when they went to Netizero community, due to the distance from the community to the black voter and the way the place is like being dejected, when the youth even marry self-crying, you bring the lady to that place, going to fetch the water, the young ones, they prefer not to visit the adult community. So they have to move to Tietanga or Bankpama to stay there. So it has made the place like they've been dejected the place due to lack of water. And the place has been there more than decades, more than 20 years, people are staying there. So they resorted to digging that well. And as we are talking of, during dry season, it's a hell. They have to resort to the black water. It's during rainy season, when it's rain heavily, the water comes out, they can fetch for domestic use and animals. Even though right now we are talking, it's the black water that they go. And the distance to that place too is not easy. More to the point too, there's no network connection at that place. Maybe if they go there and something happens, you can easily call for people to assist you. No road. Access to road facility is also another issue as we talk of no electricity, to talk of no school. We don't have a kindergarten school at that place. No health facility. So it's just like people are just there, part of Ghana, but they don't know what is even happening within it. So that's why we are trying to call NGOs and people to come to our aid, because it's also a farming community and they also do fishing around that the riverbank.
So, you made mention of no school, no health facility, network is bad, no water,
roads,
no roads.
Yes, please.
How many people are in that electoral area?
In that community, but those communities, they moved to Tietanga as a polling station to do their voting. The number is now being reducing due to the water situation, because they moved to the next community, which is Bankpama, and or even come back to the Tietanga.
Hello? I think it's we are having a technical challenge, but we will be able to establish contact with him again because this is serious. I don't know how the national cake is being shared. I don't know whether someone is taking a bigger portion of the national cake and the people in the northern part of the country are I really don't know, because how can you stay in a community, no school, bad road network, no network, that is a communication network, no health facility.
Nothing.
The water there is nothing to write home about.
Nothing.
So how did they survive? So these politicians, please, we beg, when you go to these communities and you see these things, how do you feel? And are we always supposed to wait for NGOs to come and help?
Exactly.
I always say that we are taxpayers. Whatever it is, we are taxpayers. Mind you, when we even pay 1 Ghana cedi to the bank, we are taxpayers. We've paid something to government. And this is a farming community. According to what they are saying, they'll be bringing some items to the Greater Accra region and other parts of the region of the country.
The only thing that I was thinking about when he was talking was, so they have always had reps. They have always had MPs.
I don't know.
They have always had assemblymen. So what have everyone been doing before now?
With the current member of parliament, Peter Tobu Lanchini, he's somebody who is very vocal. At least try and lobby something for people in this area, because I'm sure that as a member of parliament you are lobbying, but you also get access to the international community that you can be able to push. We wish we got you on via Zoom or phone to have a conversation with you. Maybe you may be taking some actions to ensure that the residents in this area or this community, at least some sort of relief, or you get them some sort of item so that they can stay and survive on it. But I can't stay in a community, no road. The road network is bad. The no health facility. So when someone is sick at dawn, or the person is supposed to get
a pregnant woman,
how is the person going to get the health care that we need in this country? And we always preach that, things are getting better from one political party to another political party. We wake up in the morning, MPP is fighting NDC, CPP is fighting PPP, PPP is fighting NNN, and a lot of things like that. Well, in communities, we are supposed to move to these communities and get issues resolved. Because, see, it's a very sad thing. Martina is still on the line, our Upper West Regional Correspondent. Martina, from what Assembly Member is saying, all the issues is mentioned tells us that it's not a community that one has to stay in. So why are the people there?
Philip, the people are there because that's where they come from, and that's what it is the community where they are, and they farm and do all other things to live. The other community members who are fled to other communities are even fighting or battling for the portions of land to build. But this is a community which they own. So they don't see the need to leave completely from the community for who to settle. So they are also there hoping that one day the government or anybody out there will come to their home. So now what they are even crying for now is just potable drinking water. Because the water they've been drinking, they've been falling sick. The kids are falling sick, the adults themselves are falling sick, and every day they go to the Chiatanga or even to Dormo to access health care. And you know that now health insurance isn't working anymore. They have to buy drugs. So imagine the little they have, they'll use it for their health care, and then what do they have again? Now we are in the dry season. They can't farm. They're waiting for the rain to come. And what they do is to farm yam. And when you go to the black water where they fish, it is not easy out there for them to do it. But they are just there hoping that a change will come to their community.
We just hope and pray that a change will come, because this is serious. I don't know. But have you heard anything or been able to speak to the regional minister? If you've been able to, what has he told you? And also the MP for the area. We know Peter Tobu Lanchini is a very vocal man when it comes to security issues, among other things, in Parliament. Have you been able to get in touch with him?
Get in touch with the regional minister, but then he wasn't in town. He traveled, but I spoke to Peter Lachene. Then he also said that, yeah, he's aware of those committees, but then he's trying to see how he can at least get them a borehole. Maybe, I don't know when, whether it's this year or I don't know how it's going to be, but he said he will. But then one thing that proposed the assembly member he spoke the other time with me was that this Soko project has been going around, but then his electoral area has never benefited none. What he only see and know is that they are building marketplaces, market centers, and basic schools and stuff. But he, in his electoral area, has never had anything. And he was tagging into this when MPP were in government, so they were only associating it with only the MPP electoral areas. So these communities are cut off. They didn't get any benefit from the Soko project. So with him and the MP, they are trying to see if they can get maybe an NGO, if maybe the assembly doesn't come to their aid immediately, but maybe an NGO who they can lobby to come to the committee and just get them a loophole. But the issue he's having, or he explained to me, is that the other NGO he had and they came to the committee, looking at the numbers and then the number of houses there, they went and never said anything. So because the committee members are not there, they feel that there's no need to even give them a loophole. But that is not the case. They just wanted even a single loophole, so that at least they can call back their committee members to come back to the committee and they'll be together again.
Tina, still hold on for us. The assembly member is still on via Zoom. We will engage him. Honorable, what is the Soko project all about?
Okay, thank you very much. Soko, as an assembly member for Siri electoral area, we've heard of Soko. But when you don't benefit on something, you can't tell people that this is what it's about. I can tell you this Soko project we know is to help the northern belt, which our district, Wa West, is being part. It's a 5-year project with schools, water, roads, and those social amenities to help them.
So you haven't benefited from that? Hello? Of course, that area has a network problem.
So two things about what I'm saying, we have never had any single project about the Soko. So tell the facts, we've heard of Soko, but we don't know what Soko is about since Siri electoral area is concerned.
As the assembly member for the area, our correspondent was saying that you've had some engagement with the MP for the area. Before that, do you have a DC or MC in the area now?
No, when we were sworn in as an assembly members, Wa West is one of the places that we don't have a presiding member. So up to now, so like I can say we've never even been with, to any assembly meetings to discuss some of these problems to them. So it's also one challenge that we are facing as an assembly members, because we never had a presiding member since we have been sworn in as an assembly members. And for the MP, I've been communicating with him. He's doing well. He has been able to do about 2 neighborhoods. This community was also one of the community that was part of his line of action that he would do, because he is aware of those communities. He's so trying to, but we don't have an assembly, this is a presiding member. As we have been talking, we are yet to even confirm our DC so that we will kickstart the developmental issue of Wa West. So all those ones are like challenges that we are facing as assembly members within the district. But he's aware, he has done some within some of my electoral area, and these communities are still part of communities that he wants to still come and attach back. Politics and
right. So, Honorable, from listening to you and listening to our reporter and watching the report, it's obvious that the problem didn't just start today. I mean, it's something that has been ongoing. That is why everyone is fleeing the community. So before you came into office, I'm sure you also were visiting, if you don't live there, or probably you live there. What has been happening with the past leadership? Have they contributed anything positive, like a borehole? Was anything built? What did they tell you people?
Thank you. If, like you said, the past leadership, maybe my predecessor, because if there was a borehole there, we say we have borehole, but it's insufficient. We will not be tackling as lack of borehole. So yes, we are just telling people that place, there's no any borehole or anything that is being built at that place. So that place is being lacked with so many amenities. So I can't say maybe my predecessor have done this or not, but what is not in that community is what I'm reporting to that. We are lacking those social amenities. We don't even have a single to talk of. It's insufficient for us, but it's a lack.
All right, so now how can the communities right now actually hold leadership accountable for their basic needs? Do they even know that they have the right to hold you people accountable?
We know. Sometimes we can't even go there. Because right now, if I should go there, meaning, because when we resume office, I went through to do my community action plan, take their reports so that when we go to assemble, I can channel. But like I said, we don't have a presiding member. So during the last government, our turn of this thing, we didn't go to assemble sections. Before there's a change of government now. So we are hoping to get presiding member, hopefully just by 17th of this month, and confirm our DC so that some of these developmental challenges that are within our electoral areas can easily be solved.
What stopped you from getting a presiding member in the previous administration?
It's simple majority, so like voting. So we did our best, but the best was not enough for the district. So
that is what has hampered the development in the area, I guess.
Yes, it's also a contributing factor.
So will you agree with me that the authorities are the reason why the residents there are suffering?
Pardon?
Will you agree with me that the authorities are the reason why the residents in that area are suffering?
Yeah, I can put it in a factor, but as we were going there, I know there was already developmental plans before we went. So I don't know whether some of those communities were not captured in this ensemble developmental plans. But I can say it's also a factor that some of the developmental things, we not having a presiding member. So for us to go for an ensemble section is also one of the main factors.
Soon we'll be wrapping up with you, but ahead of the 2024 elections, I'm sure politicians came to that area a number of times. What were some of the promises they gave that they will do when given the nod in that particular electoral area or in the community where the issue is?
Yeah, when they came, actually, like I said, our Honorable Peter Lanchine MP for Wa West, there are so many communities within that electoral area concerning these water issues. He has been able to solve some, because some of this community is also part of those problems that is on his table. Wa West is very big, Wa West is very large. So, he can't just do all at one electoral area. But we've gotten some of the boreholes at my electoral area from the Honorable Peter Lanchene, our MP currently. I know he's yet to. Some of those promises was to water, as we all know, is a source of life, and that's the main thing that everybody live on. And right now, because we are just by the black water, maybe you can hear that recently there's illegal mining on the water body. So it makes people cry out, even have fear to even go and fetch that water, because they don't know what those people have been doing all the kind of things that they use on that one. So that's why it's not like a challenge that people are now calling, because what was there for them to feed on was still praying that the MP will come and help them go. People are in it now, mind. So it creates some kind of fear and listening them. So that's why they are all crying. If not, it's on also the pipeline for Honorable Peter and Cheney to take care of.
Honorable, thank you so much for your time. And we hope that you'll be able to push that agenda to get it fixed in that community. Mind you, the life of the residents there is very important, because if this issue is not resolved in a very long time, we are going to have nobody to stay in that area. Because if I don't have road, I don't have electricity, I don't have health, and it's not to say that I have it and it's in a deplorable state at all. No education facility or educational facility, nothing at all. So how are they benefiting from the national cake that we claim we are sharing? And if it's time for elections, the politicians will go there. I always say that for these issues, it's the buck stops with leadership, because if there is a leadership problem, you will not be able to solve problems like this. And you will not be able to even go to communities like these places and assist. Because if water, something as basic as water, you should be having a number of boreholes in the area. You shouldn't be saying that you are falling on NGOs, and certainly the NGOs will be discouraged.
Yeah, because it's also a funding issue.
Exactly.
It's also a funding issue.
Because they need to see the numbers, see which people they are serving before they would go and get more money and come. I know it's expensive, but some sort of priority must be given to people in these areas.
And you know, I like the fact that you asked the question, why are the people still there? Well, they're still there because that's what they know. That's what they were like. That's where they were born. That's what they grew up with. If you don't have money to move to another place, what do? You'll be stuck there. But clearly, we can see that it's a community that is going extinct.
Of course, it is.
It's like it feels like a horror movie.
Yes, it is going extinct because, like I said earlier, I won't stay in a community like that. I won't stay in a community where I know that there isn't water, there isn't electricity, there isn't healthcare, and even, you see, funny how you post a teacher to these areas and Ministry of Education will say that I've posted, you are not going, and we need to get a lot more people, because I can't go there. Right. I can't go there and go and stay in an area where I can't survive. Well, you're having some messages coming. Martha from Bawku says that the more this goes on, the more I believe that the places that receive help are chosen strategically. As to what the reasons behind such strategy or selections are, I can't fully tell. I don't know who else we could blame other than the authorities and their various choices. At this point, it would be better to give the country to AI to run and to develop. Also coming from Gabriel from Budumburam says that last year's election saw a huge spike in voter apathy. No politician has sat down to think through why that was the case. The national cake there, only the plate is left. How can you tell me this story? Of course, we can't tell, because this is sad. And I was saying, how are we sharing the national cake? The national cake, why we think that Accra is only Ghana? And even in Accra, we are even having issues. Look at Pantine Basic School. That issue there, if you don't go there and go and solve it, Uncle Aruna, that one there is a big problem. Secondly, too, Peter Lanchidi Tobu. I've spoken to you a number of times on phone. I know you are a very decent politician. You'll be able to do something about this. The earlier, the better. There are a lot of communities in your constituency, but at least now that there isn't any DC in the area, the MP, you would want to do something about it. And also the assembly members, try and find a presiding member to lead affairs at the assembly level, because you're also stifling development. If you're not doing these things, then
it's like a blame game.
Of course, people would now sit down and they'll suffer. And who is going to bear the brunt? It's the ordinary Ghanaian who is going to bear the brunt.
Okay, I think this has been a very, very hearty conversation, and I hope that those in power or those who can actually fix these things are listening and do something about it. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be heading to the Volta region.
Life is a celebration of moments. Big and small.
The sun is scorching, I'm feeling the heat.
With Piva Drink, every moment becomes a refreshing celebration. From the beach to your home, in every corner of your world, Piva Drink adds a burst of refreshment.
Give me Piva cocktail and tangerine.
Celebrate every moment with Piva Drink. Refreshment for every occasion. Piva Drink, a taste you will love.
P for Piva.
This advert is FDA approved.
Hi, my name is Obidumbi Edu. Let me welcome you to Franco, your home of quality and affordable electrical appliances. Franco has in stock mobile phones, laptops, washing machines, television sets ranging from 32 to 100 inches. Yes, as big as 100 inches. They are very affordable and energy efficient. Yes, so rush to any Franco shop and grab for yourself any of the electrical appliances. Franco, still phone papa FA.
Harvest International Ministries presents Harvest Praise 2025, the Koinonia Edition, ministering at HP 2025 Harvest Theatre. Greater Love Choir of the First Love Center, Joyful Way Incorporated, ACP Coffee Support, Joe Metal, and your host choir, Harvest Gospel Choir. It's Good Friday, April 18th at the First Love Center, East Legon. The experience begins at 4 p.m. Ticket prices: single 100 Ghana cedis, double 180 Ghana cedis, and VIP 200 Ghana cedis. To buy your tickets now, dial *725*1155#. Tickets are also available at Airport Shell, Bachelor Total, and all Harvest Chapel branches in Accra. This is the Koinonia Edition. Media partners for Harvest Praise 2025, the Koinonia Edition are City FM and Channel 1 TV. Harvest Praise, get your praise on.
Hey man, what are you watching? Only the best thing ever. Cause these holidays, the joy never stops. Picture this. The home is filled with low moments and intense drama from the local shows. With Serie A, Premier League, and even WWE. The kids are hooked up with adventures and fun learning. Yes! I love pie. I love you and pie. So stay connected to entertainment anywhere with GoTV. GoTV, love it.
Let's go. Ha!
for you. No be like you. I swear well like you. You gave my mind, yo. 247, yo. I there for you yo. You dey my mind, yo. 247, yo. Yeah. Hey, baby, call me. You go be the one I go spend money. Giving everything, you go be my wifey. Love the way you move when you lie on me, no be lie, yo. I swear I lie, yo. You dey my mind, yo. 247, yo. NTOD, friend me, ah, friend me. Oh, friend me, oh no, friend me. Let's go. Ha. Let's go. Any door you require, hey, I go wire. Baby girl, hold the dollar. Ha. No wahala, I go manage you like Morino, defend you like Marcelo. Every balao, what me a makoma, I there for you. Anything you want to do, just let me know what you want. I care for you. Don't be lie, yo. I swear we'll lie, yo. You gave my mind, yo. 247, yo. Friend me, ah, friend me, me na mama wa friend me, oh no, friend me. Let's go, ha, yeah, ha. It's Tony Amani. Let's go. So many people on your side when things never be alright. No many people want show you love. No many people want give you love. No many people on your side when things never be alright. No many people want show you love. No many people want give you love. No many people want your side when things never be alright. No many people want show you love. No many people want give you love. No many people want your side when things never be alright. No many people want show you love. No many people want give you love. I say, no one go know you. Nobody go follow you. When your things ain't never popping, you see nobody clapping. No one go know you. Nobody go follow you. You see nobody clapping. You see nobody. Said every day when I wake up, I dey pray to my God before I step out. Then I hit on the road to chase on. Hit on the road to chase on my dream. Me, I don't be nobody, but I wanna work hard to be somebody. I'm looking for money, but life no be easy. To be famous on TV, make you ask Mr. Easy. Back in the days in Last Kiddy, I said life no be easy. To be famous on TV, make you ask Mr. Easy. Back in the days in Last Kiddy, nobody say no more. No one go know you. Nobody go follow you. When your things ain't never popping, you see nobody clapping. No one go know you. Nobody go follow you. When your things ain't never popping, you see nobody clapping. Hustling. So many people where they see me struggling, but they never were part of the story. They wanna enjoy my glory. Many sleep on me cause they don't know that I go blow now me oh they I said life no be easy. To be famous on TV, nothing will come to you freely. So you got to be busy. I said life no be easy. To be famous on TV, nothing will come to you freely. So you got to be busy. Hey, work and I whoa, no one gonna know you. Nobody go follow you. When your things ain't never popping, you see nobody clapping. No one gonna know you. Nobody go follow you. When your things ain't never popping, you see nobody clapping. No one gonna know you. Nobody go follow you. When your things ain't never popping, see nobody clapping. No one gonna know you. Nobody go follow you. When your things ain't never popping, see nobody clapping. Hey, get caught.
All right, welcome back. If you're joining us, it's still Breakfast Daily, and that was wonderful music by Tony Amani. And I'm sure you're wondering what's happening behind Chris. What's in her background? Why is she blending with what's in her background? Ladies and gentlemen, it's World Art Day. And of course, we are celebrating World Art Day right here in the studio for all creatives, for everyone who paints, for everyone who enjoys arts, for everyone who just wants to immerse themselves in art. This conversation is for you. Now it's time for me to introduce my guest in the studio. And of course, I'm sure you're going to be asking, is he the one that painted this? Yes, he's the one that painted this. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Kizito Ni Ama Amate, who is a contemporary artist. Of course, everything around here is him, and Oswald Okaite, who's an art activist and a poet. Who's not new here? Hi guys, how are you?
I'm doing good.
How's everything?
Good.
Did you see that I actually blend into your painting? If I go further, you're gonna be like, is she the painted? Ooh, exactly. I actually blend. Like right now, you can take a picture and then you think it's art.
Yeah.
Well, it's still art, though.
Yes. You're actually a epitome of art.
Thank you so much. It's like I thought of it that maybe something's going to be happening. I wore this and now look at me.
Some telepathy. Yeah, and that is it. You know, life in itself is a piece of art. Mm-hmm. You are either the artist or the art at a point in time. Mm-hmm. So in this case, you are just being part of the art, you know, and then that's the artist.
Yeah.
Another time, you can also be the artist coming out with the art.
Right. So why is it important to celebrate World Art Day? I'm going to start with you, Mi.
Okay. So it's actually a day that also commemorates the birthday of one of Renaissance iconic artists called Pablo Picasso.
Oh, today's Pablo Picasso's birthday?
Yes. So every April 15th is his birthday.
Okay.
And so it was chosen as a day to celebrate all forms of art, not just visual art, but I mean, performing art as well.
Right. So what are some of the arts that we need to know about apart from the visual art?
So, you know, fundamentally, the art can be looked in two main categories.
Right.
We have the visual arts and then the performing arts. And then we are so used to the performing art because it's that one that uses the body expression to manifest whatever you want to put across.
Right.
And then there is the visual art, which is quite broad. You know, in fact, if you want to look at life in its totality, that is part of visual art. Because we have the fine art, and then we can have the decorated or the applied art.
Right.
So if you want to look at the applied art, that's why you can be looking at the hairdressers, the fashion designers, because those are the type of art that are made for use. But when you look at the fine arts, something like this, just to simulate the intellectual capabilities and all of that. So the art is broad. If you want to look at it, the carpentry, sculpturing, metallurgy,
it's all part of it.
Weaving, basketry, all of that is part of the art, and that's visual art.
And you as a poet, obviously, where would you categorize
So it's an intersection. There was a time when as a poet, the word poet came from the word poema, which is a Greek word, which means to create. So at the time of creating the poem, that is part of fine arts. Right. But when I begin to perform, that is spoken word, then I move into performing arts.
Ooh. Okay.
So that's why I've always said that there's a difference between being a poet and being a spoken word artist. You can be a poet and not necessarily be a spoken word artist. Because if you look at Professor Lade Wosono, whose poems we are studying in school, the Master Brewer, Desert Rivers, he's a poet. he creates the poem. He doesn't perform.
Right.
But once you begin to perform
it.
you begin the spoken word artist.
Yeah.
So you can have an actor who performs the poems. So at that point, that person is a spoken word artist and not a poet.
Right. Now, Kizito, let's talk about your paintings.
Okay.
They are lovely.
Thank you.
And they like they blend well with me.
Yes.
Obviously. Yes. Right. So, can you tell us about your painting? What inspires you to paint, and what is your style of painting? Because I see a bit of abstract going on, and I see, okay, this is not abstract, but obviously there is a style to it.
Exactly.
So let's talk about it.
Okay. So for me, I'm a colorist.
A colorist?
Yes.
Okay.
And so my major tool is color.
Right.
I see color in everything. And
so you're happy when you saw me?
Exactly. And so I define objects by how color transforms the object.
Right.
And so for me, using colors or bringing them together like a maze or a weave is how I express myself.
Right.
But my technique is called impasto. So it's the direct application of color from the tube using a palette knife.
Right.
So I don't use a brush.
I think I know it.
Exactly,
yeah, so you put the tube, you put the paint by the tube and then you do
goes
that.
like that.
All right,
Yeah.
okay. So that's the technique.
Yes.
And that's what you use for everything.
Exactly, for
So-
this collection.
Okay,
yes.
this collection. What's this collection called?
So each painting actually has a title, and I don't want to bore us with everything, but my major focus is to create an impression that gives people a story to tell. And so this tool actually talks about heritage.
Right.
Yes, and so this one is
I actually didn't see the human in it until I had to look.
That is it.
Yeah.
Yes. And so each color or each strike of a color talks about the struggles that people go through, and sometimes we think that they unmake them, but they also make them. And so the things you express are things that sometimes affect you, but you also affect them. And so
Right.
there's everything you confront has a way of leaving an impression on you, and you also leave an impression on the thing.
Right.
And so that's a concept for this
I
one.
see a bit of struggle with this, trying
Yes.
to break free.
Yes.
But I also see dance.
Okay.
So, well, dance is an expression of a situation.
I see a bit of struggle,
Yeah.
but if I look at it again, I also see a dancing person.
That's true.
And this, I actually see a very happy dancing girl.
Okay.
That's what
Okay.
I see.
Okay. Okay. So one of the things I don't do is to impose what I think about
To
my
box
work.
it, yeah.
And so I allow people freedom of expression, and that's okay.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. So now with this sort of art, what has it been like, being in the industry? Yesterday we actually had the founder, the co-founder of Nubuke Foundation here,
Oh, okay.
and she talked about the art industry. So as an artist right now, it's good that I'm meeting an artist because she talked about artists.
Yeah.
So as an artist, what has it been like, being in this industry, especially here in Ghana? What has been your ups and your downs, or excitements and things we should learn, especially to upcoming artists watching right now?
For me, I think that Ghana is at one of the best spaces we can ever be in terms of contemporary art. We have artists in Ghana who are among some of the top 10 artists globally, and you'll be amazed at the kind of attraction that Ghana is gaining, the kind of attention we are gaining internationally. We, even as Ghanaians, have not been able to appreciate it ourselves, and so we are talking about artists who are global icons like Ibrahim Mahama and the rest. And I'm not talking about people whose forms of art are just for aesthetics.
Yeah.
We are talking about people who are actually preserving and protecting our art forms for posterity.
Yeah.
And these are the things that we should start looking at. The industry itself, it's a bit complex. We don't have too many people understanding what we do. However, I think that let me just commend Channel One for always rooting for the creatives. And I think that the more we get the conversations going, you see, nobody can talk about our narratives as best as we can do it. And so the more we are given the opportunity to talk about it and engage, the better it becomes. But I think that Ghana is doing well globally.
Are you making money? Are you making money?
On a scale of 1 to 10 years,
You're okay.
7, yeah.
Ooh, I like that. So there's hope. There's hope for me to be a painter one day.
Yes.
All right. So now let's talk about being a poet. How has the industry been like to you?
Oh, well, it was more like a crescendo. It started some time and went to the peak, and it's taking its natural course as it is. And I would say, I've always said that poetry pays. And I know once you say that, in itself it becomes a piece of poem.
Yeah.
Because you struggle to understand, you think you understand. But I've always said that something paying is not always in terms of financial gains. Wherever I've become, the opportunity that opened up to me is just because people knew me to be a poet.
Yeah.
The connection, you go and perform. Sometimes you're able to get, of course, when you start, it's not going to be that easy. I've always said that to be a king, you need to work like a slave.
Yeah.
So during the days, if you're able to do your bridge up properly, it helps. So just being a poet in itself opened up a lot of avenues to me. And so poetry pays. And now when I perform, I charge. Of course, it's been over 10 years I started doing all of that. And so I wouldn't say it's bad, but there's more room for improvement.
Right. All right, so what if people want to reach out to you right now and say, maybe somebody's watching right now and they say, oh, I love your paintings. I see a dancing woman like Chris has seen a dancing woman and I want this painting. How can I reach out to you?
Okay, so my handle, I have a handle called Contemporary Image on Instagram.
Contemporary Image.
Yes.
Yeah.
Contemporary_image. I mean, normally I pick artists and then I exhibit their works. You can also look for Kizito the artist, also on Instagram, and you'll find
All right.
me.
Okay, so Oswald D_ATL Entertainer, or Neo Kanko Kaintai on Facebook.
All right. Thank you so much. It was really nice talking to you
Thank
guys.
you.
And happy World Arts Day.
Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, now you've heard it. And I'm sure I asked some of the pertinent questions that you wanted me to ask, especially when it comes to upcoming artists watching right now, or maybe parents that are wondering, should my child do this art thing? Should my child not do? Please let them do it. If it's their talent, let them do it. And just encourage them and just guide them through. Anyway, we'll take not a quick break actually. We're going to be looking at our entertainment highlight, and when we come back, we'll be back with more.
Hello and welcome to Entertainment Highlights on Breakfast Daily. My name is Ni Komite Komi. Now let's get into our first highlight of the day. Nigerian actress Beverly Osu is making headlines after revealing her preference for dating older men. Speaking on today's show, the model and former Big Brother star says she's attracted to older men because they tend to be more generous and attractive. However, she stressed that her past relationships were neither serious nor transactional. Beverly also made it clear she avoids dating married men, admitting she can't fake emotions or knowingly hurt another woman. Her candid comments have sparked debate online.
We have our toys, but we need physical touch.
Have you been cheated on?
So many times.
So you could never stay with a man after you find out you cheated
No, I
on
will not do it. No. Because guess what? I'm very good alone.
Wait.
But I've always dated guys way older than me. And the thing is that this older man that I've dated, they're boyfriend though. You know they call boyfriend, I don't think you know. Boyfriend. Do you, I do me. And I chose my dad over my mom.
Now our next highlight is from the camp of the world boss, because dancehall heavyweight Vybz Kartel has shocked fans with a bombshell revelation about his music. In a recent interview on The Breakfast Club, the once incarcerated star admitted to recording entire albums including Fever and Viking using just an iPhone 5S, a mattress for soundproofing, and fellow inmates watching his back, dismissing rumors of a prison studio. Because I actually believe he had a studio in a prison. But the world boss has dismissed that. And even in incarceration, he has remained a dominant force in dancehall, proving that nothing, not even the prison walls, can mute his music. Now let's check out excerpts of this interview from The Breakfast Club.
Sound new, it
Brand
always
new.
sound fresh.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody passed away and you be talking about him in the song. I'm just joking.
Exactly.
But you had, so did you have a studio?
I had a phone, the iPhone 5S. That's that's recorded like the Fever album.
No.
That did the Viking album. Yes.
Really?
I kid you not. Yeah, man, 5S and a mattress and some prisoners looking out.
That was it.
That was it, man. And determination and God himself.
Wow.
So that's it. Yeah. It's crazy work.
Now to our next highlight. American Ghanaian singer Amaarae proudly flew the flag for Ghana during her electrifying debut at Coachella 2025. Performing on the Gobi tent stage, she not only delivered her signature hits but paid tribute to Ghanaian music with renditions of Sore by Yautog and Wengeze by Easy. As the first Ghanaian artist officially billed for the iconic festival, Amaarae used her moment to spotlight the country's vibrant sound, boldly declaring that Ghana's music is not just trending, it's here to stay. And in a timely response to a recent question posed by US media personality Charlemagne the God, who wondered why Ghanaian artists aren't better known in the state, Amaarae's Coachella set couldn't have come at a better moment. This is how it begins, by boldly championing Ghanaian sounds on global stages. Amaarae has set the tone, and it's a call to action for more Ghanaian artists to be intentional in spotlighting homegrown music whenever the opportunity arises. Maximum shoutouts to Amaarae.
Coachella, I need you to jump.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry.
Now our next highlight will interest the Nigerian and Ghanaian sports fans because Nigerian singer Fireboy DML says Ghana's Black Stars are a better team than the Super Eagles right now. Speaking on the 90s Baby Show, he said although Nigeria has more individual talent, Ghana has more unity and teamwork. He also praised Ghana's midfield, especially Thomas Partey, saying Nigeria has no one to match his level. The two teams will face off next month at the Unity Cup in London. I wonder how most Nigerians will take this news. Send us a text, let us know. And now let's check out Channel 1 TV's Top 10 Countdown.
Number 10. I need some help. Put my head on fire, can't cool.
Number 9.
You lost a good one. My
Number 8.
Because me feel too larger than life. It's never like me now have a type. You are my type.
Number 7.
Then go here next door and every door. No matter
Number 6.
Please turn up the bass to the max. Please just rewind, let me shake it to the max. Shake it to the max. Shake it to the max.
Number 5.
Good girl someday. He did. He did. Sure. Good girl someday.
Number 4. Number 3.
I never want to share my girl. You know make I carry your love. You never me sell them down carry my cross.
Number 2.
Excellent. You go put me for emergency. Shorty, excellent.
Number 1.
Don't forget about me so soon.
This is the Channel 1 Countdown.
And this is how we end entertainment highlights on Breakfast Daily. For details on these stories and more, kindly log on to GhanaWeekend.com and visit Ghana Weekend TV on YouTube. Your entertainment highlight was presented by Ni Komite Kome.
You cannot be saved by the preaching of Jesus. It is what can wash away your sins. What is it that can actually wash the sins of the world? Is it the parables of Jesus? Is it the stories of Jesus? No, it is the blood of Jesus that was shed for us on Calvary's cross.
This Good Friday, a divine appointment awaits you. Join evangelist Dag Heward-Mills for the Good Friday Miracle Service 2025, a time of miracles, healing, and salvation. Experience the life-changing message of the cross, the miraculous touch of God, and the greatest demonstration of love the world has ever known. Come expectant, come believing, and witness the power of Jesus Christ. Friday, April 18th, 2025, 3 p.m., Independence Square, Accra. Don't miss this historic gathering. Bring the sick, bring the broken, bring the lost, because Jesus still saves, heals, and delivers. See you there.
And of course, it's this Friday, Good Friday Miracle Service, happening live at the Independence Square that we all know that is Black Star Square now. In studio, we have some renowned men of God to have conversation on that, with us on that. That is on the Good Friday Miracle Service. In studio is Bishop Atu Dixon, convener. Jesus is the Rock Church.
Thank you very much.
Welcome, sir.
Philip, thank you.
And also we have Bishop Jake Godwill, convener, Jesus Savior of the World Church.
Thank you very much.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Are these churches, Jesus is the Rock Church and Jesus Savior of the World Church, are they all under Lighthouse?
Exactly. They are all denominations within the Dag Heward-Mills Ministries. So they are all different denominations that is together, under the umbrella of Lighthouse. Of course, Lighthouse is now one of the denominations.
Oh,
yes. So the main ministry is Dag Heward-Mills Ministry, and under Dag Heward-Mills Ministries, we have different denominations, about 53 denominations across the nations of the world.
Wow.
Yeah.
So with yours, Jesus is the Rock Church. Where is it located?
So Jesus the Rock Church is right at Spintex. That's where the headquarters is.
Okay.
But oversees the whole of Volta region and OT region.
Oh.
So right from the Spintex, stretching and spanning towards the Volta and the OT region forms the Jesus the Rock Church.
The Rock Church. And Bishop Jake, yours, Jesus Savior of the World, where is it located?
Yeah, so the headquarters is at Chimota, close to Dome, and but most of our churches, a bit of Ashanti region, then Bono region, Bono East and Ahafu regions. So up there, Sunyane, Tichiman, Kintampo, Shantimampong, all the way to Yeji.
Wow, beautiful.
Yep.
Now let's come down to the reason why we are here today. Good Friday Miracle Service. Starting with you, this event isn't the first. I'm not sure it's the second. For how long have you held this event?
Wonderful. Yeah, this event has been running for years. It started right within our church, from Koligono to the Kodesh. And the evangelist Dag Heward-Mills has always wanted to bring what we have in church to many more people. So from 2015, the first one was held at the Independence Square, and it's been running at the Independence Square all these years. And last year we were at the Accra Sports Stadium, and this year we are back at the Independence Square. So it's been running for quite a good number of years. But from 2015 at the Independence Square.
What influenced the change of venue from Accra Sports Stadium to Independence Square?
Oh, I think the venue rather has always been Independence Square. Last year, somehow, the Independence Square was not available.
Okay.
So then we had to look for an alternative venue, and the sports stadium became the venue. So We're back at the Independence Square.
So it tells us that the numbers have increased because starting from Polygon through to the Independence Square.
By the grace of God, by the grace of God, the numbers have been building up from year to year to year. This year we are preparing for 100,000 people.
Wow. What happens at this event, Good Friday Miracle Service, if one should attend this event, and even in the past, what has been happening?
The key thing, the key note of the event is that the evangelist propagate the gospel, preaches about Christ and him crucified. And of course, that particular day commemorates the day when Jesus died and blood was shed for our sins. So he preaches. Not only does he preach, but he also ministers miracle, you know, and there have been phenomenal, mind-blowing testimonies about different and several miracles that take place during this event. So in a nutshell, you know, it's about preaching. He preaches Christ and then also ministers miracle. And then we take the Holy Communion together and then he prays for the sick.
Is it just for members of the Dagwood Mills Ministries or open for all?
It is very open. You know, it's open to everybody. Everybody should be there. I mean, we've thrown the invite. You can see that the adverts are running. It's a clear indication that this advert is not just for the in-house. It's for everybody within Accra, Tema area. This service is a service tailored and earmarked for everyone to attend.
Is it only a one-day event? We know that it's on Good Friday. Does this spill to maybe Saturday or another day, or just tailored for one day?
This is just one day, or even half a day.
And it starts
from
at
3
what time?
p.m. We are starting from 3 p.m. on the Friday. And of course, there's a build-up, but the program officially takes off at 3 p.m. And so there's people start coming in from 10 a.m. or even before, start building up. So by 3 p.m., I mean, the whole place is jammed.
Wow.
Yes.
Full and jammed
And it
to
lasts
capacity.
for how long? How what's the duration, the period?
I think by
7:30, 8 o'clock,
thereabout, yes,
we should be done.
It should be rounded
So
up.
between that period, 3 p.m. to 7:30, 8. Yeah.
So we know that with the miracle service that happens there, what are some of the testimonies that people have shared as a result of attending this event in the past, and maybe what people are expected to see when they come there this year?
There are countless, several miracles. I mean, I remember, you know, a guy who was blind in the eyes, he couldn't see very well, and the minister ministered to him, the evangelist ministered to him, prayed for him, and his eyes were opened. He could read from a distance, you know, and if you've been partially blind, you would actually appreciate when somebody comes out of that state. You know, we've had miracles of tumors leaving people. We've had people with lump in the breasts vanishing, disappearing, and all that. Several miracles, countless miracles. And I believe that this particular miracle service, we're going to experience same and even beyond that.
Wow. Often we will have a number of people coming to the venue proper. Is there a way to transport people to this place, or they are supposed to come there by themselves?
Yeah, so we have transportation available, free transportation available across the length and breadth of Accra. Across the length and breadth of Accra. And we have...
And anybody who wants to, come, you know, he just have to call 055-300-3009. And once you call, somebody will attend to you. You'll be designated to, you have to tell where you are, and then you would be designated to the nearest vehicle available, nearest bus available.
But maybe you, if you have that readily, you could share with us the places that one will be able to get access to, or maybe
Oh,
you
yes.
just have to
I mean, buses are coming from, let's say, from Tema. Buses are coming all the way from Tema. Buses are coming from Teshi, from Teshi Nungwa, from Sakumono.
Spentex,
Adenta,
From
Actually,
Kaswa,
yes, from a brick
and beyond.
Even from a brick coming down, from Kaswa area, from Isawom side, from Dome, Kwabinya, different buses are coming. Big buses, small buses.
And all those.
Yes. So all the wings, I mean, anywhere, all the places that feed into Accra, there are buses that are lined up from all these catchment areas to bring everybody to, and also to take them back.
Oh. Yeah.
Buses are not just bringing people in, but the buses are waiting there. And when we close, yes, they take the people back. And the buses are well labeled so that people also don't get missing. Yeah, so that where the bus drops you, you come to the same place. The buses have designated parking places. So you stop at this particular place. After the program, you come to the same place and you join the bus back to where you embarked.
Is there a theme for this, yes?
Is there
a theme?
A theme?
Yeah.
It's always been Good Friday Miracle Service, you know. So, and the theme basically is Christ, I believe. I mean, preaching Christ, you know, commemorating the special day.
Yes.
It's a special day because blood was shed. You know, in Hebrews chapter 10, verse 4, you know, the Bible says that it was impossible for the blood of bulls and goats to save us. And so God gave Jesus a body when he came here on earth to offer it and sacrifice it for us. And that blood that was shed today has redeemed us from our sins, you know. So it's a day to mark that particular day where Jesus finished his work of salvation on the cross of Calvary.
Yes.
I think what you just said is moving us into the Easter celebration proper.
Yes.
When it comes to Easter celebration proper, what is the whole Easter celebration about, or the period for Easter, if I may ask you?
Yes, I think that Matthew 1:21, the Bible says that, and he shall call his name Jesus, because he shall save his people from their sins. So Jesus became the Lamb of God to take away our sins. And you know, Philip, the greatest day in the life of a prisoner should and would be the day that prisoner was set free, you know, acquitted and discharged. And this is the message that Christ has come to die to save the world. So Easter is a time to remember what Jesus came to do, and not just to remember. You know, one evangelist said, and I really love it. He said, "What is the use of soap? People can decorate their rooms with soap. You know, I have this soap, I have that soap. But the power of the soap is in applying it to our filthy bodies or your filthy clothes and washing them. Then you experience the power of the soap. It is the same with the power of the blood of Jesus. You have thousands and countless of people celebrate Easter, but have they applied the power of the blood to affect their sins? So this is the message of Easter, and this is the message that Evangelist Dagwood Mills propagates and is propagating on Good Friday. Come and experience the power of the blood of Jesus and the fact that Christ has come to acquit and to discharge us from the punishment of our sins, to set us free. And that is beautiful, a beautiful message for the whole world.
Rightly so.
Yeah.
So, Bishop Atu, now tell our viewers what you expect from them and the general public, why they should be at this event come Friday, and how well they should prepare physically and spiritually as well.
That's right.
Dear viewers, I think that there's only one program taking place on Good Friday, and it's happening live at Independence Square with the evangelist Dagwood Mills. I want you to come prepared, you know, and then also when you are coming, you know, have your shades. You can have a cup, you know, and then some bottle of water so that you will not go thirsty, you know, to hydrate yourself. And I want to tell you that there is something awaiting you. There is a miracle awaiting you. You will surely be blessed as you respond and you come. There are buses made available everywhere, like we said earlier on. You just have to call the number 055-300-3009, and somebody will surely attend to you. We are really looking forward to having you, and we are expecting you to be there. The time is 3 p.m. on Friday, the 18th of April, 2025.
Bishop Jake, will you want to add something?
Beautiful, yes. So, as you said, prepare, come. Of course, there are security checks also. So we don't want people to carry a lot of backpacks and stuff like that. Just come with something light, if you have things you can put in a transparent bag. And also come with somebody. Don't come alone.
Okay.
Yeah, people should just invite others and come with. And pray that, God will touch you. The hand of God will locate you wherever you are. And I believe that you will never be disappointed coming.
Thank you so much, Bishop Jake Godwell. He is the convener, Jesus, Savior of the World Church, and also Bishop Atu Dixon, convener, Jesus is the Rock Church. And we had a conversation on Good Friday Miracle Service happening on 18th of April 2025, this Friday. You would want to make your way to the Independence Square or the Black Star Square and receive the miracle. Well, this is still Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 TV. We'll be back with more.
Where politics meets power, where the tough questions are asked. Welcome to Face to Face. Every Tuesday at 9 p.m., join Umaru Sanda Amadou as he takes you face to face with the key players shaping the future of our nation.
I lost over $10 million at the trade fair.
You had a fight with the management of trade fair?
I don't have a fight with them. I just deplore the way they went about what they did.
Let's talk about the chief prosecutor of the state at the time that you were being prosecuted, Godfrey Yeboah Dame, the Attorney General.
Yes. I think he was directed to jail us.
By who?
By the system.
Bawku has been a failure for your government, though.
Can't be a failure.
You have not solved it.
No, you are not praising them, the previous government for solving it, which was even a more difficult case.
It's quite obvious that from these votes, the people felt that let's just let you go.
So they were disappointed
in us.
You are essentially the worst government in the Fourth Republic.
I don't know how you are doing that. If you based on the indicators.
Yes, based on the number of people who refuse to come and vote for you.
If that is your analysis, then why not?
No filter, no boundaries, just the truth behind the headlines. Deep, bold, and unflinching. Face to Face with Umaru Sanda Amadou airs on Tuesdays at 9 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV, where politics gets real.
First. Other places may be more fun and interesting, but my body is the best. Ghana first. Honey may be more sweet and refreshing, but water quenches thirst. Ghana first. With peace, humility, and harmony, let's lift her to the crest. Ghana first. My home is the best. I'll never point it with my left. In ridges and danglings, fluency and famblings, certainty and wanderings, delight and grumblings, pudding samblings, I still stand. Ghana first. We may be of different party colors and religions, but we are one Ghana. Different tribes and ethnicities, but one Ghana. Different highs and skins, but one Ghana. Let's love leader, preserve your seed, take the lead, increase your speed, and reach the need. Love leads to unity. Unity breeds prosperity. and prosperity means tranquility. Let's not turn to fight one another in our common fight for a common goal. You see a smoke popping to fame, hurriedly give it the fame. Never light a flame, it will never leave you the same. Rather feed the cool, ice in the cool. Let's fight for peace and not for war. Cause war does not respect who starts it. It doesn't know the poor, neither the rich. It doesn't know the strong, neither the weak. It has no respect for who sponsors it. No regard for who welcomes it. No pardon for who runs from it. So don't tap it. No, don't touch it. Don't reach it. Don't go near it. Cause bullet does not regard status. This is why we are one. The youth are the most vulnerable one. We always be brought to the front line to risk our breath and break barriers for them and beread the dread of breaking our future. Now they are spending their future, but ahead we still have a great future. Let's not cut it short. As said by Reverend Jesse Jackson, and I quote, "It's time to open our brains, not our veins. You may be strong enough to run, but what of your pregnant wife and children whom without you look up to none? What of my aged young mommy and daddy, aged grandpa and granny who sacrificed their all just to see me shine? What of the sick, the crippled and the blind?" Pima kampigi, mundi katiza taadigi, umborngo ka borngo, dambo natumana talegi. Terpulum so pul palbo zoche katidinchegi. Sapa payent yogu to zopore, amakati shiswaya, damati sam to zungo, to kunyeti piani, to yum tabnit hasuma, then a nakbansa sudo nang banyini, katinya arzich in the liabkum sum. There has never been a good war. Haven't we seen wars in other countries and how the damages are tear dropping? Talk of Syria, Afghanistan, Somalia, and more. Syria lost 76,021 precious lives to war in 2014. Afghanistan lost about 41,000 precious lives to war in 2019. In Somalia, around 30,000 people were rendered homeless due to war in 2017. What of deformities? What of lost properties? Just to mention a few. All these either for power, greed, tribalism, religion, oppression, or more. No! We can't condone this mess in our mother home Ghana. No! Remember, it's a lone home. If we spark war now, where can we run to go? We'll be cornered here to consume our own mess. Let's not.
All right, it's World Arts Day, and that was a poem from Ismuk,
the gigantic.
Gigantic.
Yes. Huge one there.
Yes, and he really looks gigantic.
Yes.
Ironically.
Yes, gigantic.
Yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's show like we did. Before we go, we want to say a happy birthday to Samuel Ofo Bibamfo. Happy birthday to an incredible, trusted, and amazing manager. You bring so much energy and passion to everything you do, and I'm honored to have you by my side. Here's to another year of making memories, achieving great things, and celebrating life's joy together. And this is from Trudy.
Well, that's how we end today's show on Breakfast Daily. Certainly tomorrow we'll be taking you to another community where we're bringing you the shocking revelation there. So you'd want to stay with us on this channel. My name is Philip Ni Latte.
And my name is Chris Carter. See you tomorrow. Bye.
This year, take the first step towards a deeper connection with God and one another. Join us for the family consecration service